Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
After a rocky start to their summer, the Hyannis Harbor Hawks have turned things around. 4 runs in the 9th inning yesterday secured a thrilling comeback win over Orleans, and Hyannis flies into today's matchup as winners of 3 of their last 4. A win today would put the Harbor Hawks just 1 point out of first place in the West. But the Harwich Mariners have other plans as they look to stay in pursuit for their own divisional crown over in the East. Hyannis, Harwich, first pitch just moments away here on Cape League TV. And with that, we welcome you inside of our broadcast booth alongside Max Schwartzberg and Charlie Adams. My name is Quincy Bell. Well, guys, yesterday was a thrilling comeback win over Orleans. 4 runs in the top of the 9th inning. The team had no quit.
And just 1 hit on the day for Hyannis with runners in scoring position, but it was a big one. Will Fosberg off the bench, pinch hitting for Efren Ortega, able to get it done. Hyannis then a couple sacrifice flies, taking the lead, and then Truett Webb locks it down in the 9th.
Well, Truett Webb has been on fire this season, and our very own Sam Guarini caught up with him pregame.
Sam Guarini here with Truett Webb, a pitcher out of southeastern Louisiana. You currently have 7 innings under your belt, and you've really been making some positive impacts during games. What's been working so well for you on the mound?
Bunch of things have been working. Been working with the coaches on a bunch of different off speeds. Came in here with just a fastball changeup, and now I got 4 different pitchers I can work with. So, that's the big thing. And then teammates just having fun. Having fun.
And you guys had a great comeback win yesterday. What kind of energy are you bringing into today's game?
Well, Brady St. Pierre on the mound to handle things for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks pitching staff. And here's a look at the lineup he will face for the Harwich Mariners. Colin Larson will lead things off, followed by J.P. Peltier. Tyler Smolinski will hit third. He's been on fire so far through 9 games on the Cape. Jackson Hotchkiss, the Washington Husky, a new addition to the Mariners roster. He'll clean up, followed by Cade Curlin, Charlie Bussey, Sean O'Leary, Kevin Maluski, and Ryan Garrity. Here's a look at the numbers for Brady St. Pierre, and he really has been good to start his summer on the Cape. A 1.93 ERA and a whip under .7. He's done a great job at keeping runners off base. 3.2 innings of one-run ball his last time out against the Brewster Whitecaps. The Southeast Louisiana product looking to continue the success here in his third outing. Larson into the box from the left-handed side, and he'll lead things off for the Mariners today. St. Pierre peers in, takes a deep breath, and we're underway from McKeon Park. Larson takes down and in for ball one. Larson, a native of East Hampton, Massachusetts, over on the mainland. 3 hours away from Harwich as he takes a fastball for strike one. Larson spent his 2026 spring with Boston College, where he hit .225 with 3 home runs. Down and away, and he's ahead in the count 2-1. On the Cape so far, an improvement on the numbers, .321 average, and he does have a long ball. Swinging away here, and he puts a charge into one deep out toward right center. Ranging back the center fielder, Liam Barrett, and he watches it fly. 2 home runs on the Cape for Colin Larson. 1 batter into the game. Harwich jumps on top of Hyannis. Here's another look at it. Middle pitch, just pulled it deep out to right center. No chance of that ball staying in the yard. And yesterday was the first time the Harbor Hawks won while surrendering a run in the first inning. They surrendered 3 runs in the first inning yesterday to Orleans. And they'll have to work from behind today as Brady St. Pierre gets ahead of the number 2 hitter, J.P. Peltier. Like Larson in front of him, he's also working with 1 home run so far on the Cape. Swing and a miss. St. Pierre drops the changeup on him to get his first strike, or second strike. Oh, 2 the count. St. Pierre looking for the first out of the first inning, and he misses with the off-speed stuff downstairs. 1-2 on J.P. Peltier, and here's the offering. Popped up a mile high down the third base side, but it'll slice out of play. One-two, Peltier looking to avoid being set down on strikes. In 2026, as a member of Wright State, he had 33 walks in a number of games, but he strikes out here as St. Pierre has the first out of the day.
That's a really nice looking breaking ball. That's a tough right-on-right matchup, and it starts over the inside part of the plate and then goes to the outside part and below the zone. It's really hard to stay in against the same side of matchup, and we saw Colin Larson, the lefty, take advantage of the opposite hand. You go back to another lefty here with Ty Smolinski.
Smolinski has been on fire to start his summer on the Cape. He leads Harwich in a number of hitting categories as he takes a first pitch strike. He's first on the team in average with a .344 mark. He also leads the Mariners in on-base, slugging, and OPS, all of which he's top 10 on the Cape. 0-1 from St. Pierre. Grounded sharply down the first base side, but just foul.
It's always impressive to see how these guys continue dominance in the box once you go to the wood bat. A lot of times we see those numbers drop off, but some guys just have such talent, they're able to negate that.
Smolinski is one of those guys who just finished up his sophomore year at Kansas State. 0-2, taken outside. Last summer, Smolinski played for Tri-State over in the Appalachian League. He had 258 with 4 home runs, 814 OPS in 37 games, and he's improved upon those numbers on the Cape. But St. Pierre with back-to-back strikeouts after giving up the leadoff home run.
And that's exactly what Mitch Carricker wants to see out of his hurler on the hill, that goldfish mindset that you're not going to let it bog you down after giving up the leadoff bomb. Gets right back to it, stays in the strike zone, and that's really all you can do. If they're going to score runs on their own accord, so be it. But you don't want to give them anything for free, and St. Pierre is not letting up.
Jackson Hotchkiss now steps in. The Washington Husky making his first appearance on the Cape today. And he swings and misses at the first offering from Brady St. Pierre. This past year at Washington, Jackson Hotchkiss was terrific. He hit .337 with 20 home runs. An OPS over 1,100 as well. Taken upstairs. And Washington, their ballpark up in the Pacific Northwest, it faces the water. The wind is blowing straight in on their field almost every single game. So the fact that he was able to hit 20 home runs playing half his games there is pretty impressive.
Kind of similar to McKeon Park facing the bay. You got to get into it to get it out. Although sometimes the wind can aid you depending on where it blows. But of course not the same effect as it is over there at UW.
2-1. Hotchkiss flies one foul along the first base side. McKeon Park isn't that big of a park to center. It's only 379. 324 down the line and right and 358 down the line and left. So if you get a hold of one towards the center field area, it might go, and that's what we saw Colin Larson do to lead off this game for Harwich. 2-2, Hotchkiss will stay alive.
Also in the Chatham game a couple days ago, there was a home run to dead center field.
2-2 on Hotchkiss as St. Pierre looks to get out of the first without any more trouble. 2-2 on the way. Hotchkiss thought about it, but he holds up and he runs the count full. Full count. Swing and a miss. Hotchkiss down on strikes. St. Pierre with 3 consecutive Ks after the leadoff home run. 1-0 Mariners as we head to the bottom of the first.
Your future begins at Dean College.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Wherever you need to go, arrive in comfort, style, and complete peace of mind. From seamless rides to and from Logan Airport, to the energy of the big game in the city, to unforgettable weddings, proms, and nights out with friends. Bella Luxury Transportation is there every step of the way. No stress, no driving. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the experience. Bella Luxury Transportation, leave the driving to us.
1-0 Mariners after a leadoff home run from Colin Larson. The Harbor Hawks will have to work from behind today. And here's how manager Mitch Carricker lines up his squad. Henry Zener will lead off, followed by John Embry. Charlie Bates will hit third. J.P. Head, who homered yesterday in Orleans, he's back hitting cleanup. Trey Hossey hits fifth. Jordan Lodice hits sixth. Kyle Olivo, the two-way player out of Iowa, made his hitting debut yesterday, went 4 for 4 with a home run and a double. He stays in the lineup hitting seventh. Efren Ortega will hit eighth and catch. And Liam Barrett, who just got added to the roster today out of UC Santa Barbara, he'll hit ninth. They will be tasked with Chet Lax on the mound for Harwich. This season with Harwich, he's 1-0. Has yet to give up a run. He pitched 5 scoreless innings at Falmouth on the 18th of June. And he's looking to continue his hot start on the Cape. Zener into the box, looking to try and get that one run back for Hyannis. First pitch from Lax misses inside. Zener's a guy who has been hitting better as of late, as he pops one in the air down the left field line. J.P. Peltier will give it a look, but he's out of room. Zener had hits in 3 straight entering yesterday's game. He did not have a hit yesterday against Orleans, but he did draw a walk and got hit by a pitch and scored a run.
A lot of his numbers are just down after that really tough start to the season, but he's been seeing the ball better.
As he fouls one off his foot. Luckily, he looks to be okay.
He had just 1 hit in his first 3, and then his last 5. So obviously getting a better feel. And that's something that Mitch Carricker actually talked to us about. Sometimes it's easier for pitchers to make the adjustment to the Cape League right away after school ends, and sometimes it's a bit longer of an adjustment period for the offensive pieces.
Zener takes a breaking ball down and away from the left arm of Chet Lax. Zener was second team All-Big South this past year at USC Upstate. And he takes outside for ball 3. John Embry waits on deck. The powerful hitting catcher and third baseman out of Florida Gulf Coast. Here's the payoff. Zener grounds one over to first, but snagged by Sean O'Leary, and he'll take it to the bag himself.
Just able to keep it fair there on a nice high hop for O'Leary. Sometimes that play can be difficult if it hits off the lip of the grass over by the cut. It did not, so an easy hop for the 3 unassisted. Now you got, as mentioned, Embry coming up, who's looking to break out of a little funk, but still Hyannis' most consistent hitter this season.
Embry started his summer on the Cape with a 6-game hit streak. He's hitless in his last 2 games, although he did have a game-tying sac fly yesterday in the 9th inning at Orleans. As he takes back door for strike 1.
Gosh, that was just such a great team win for the Harbor Hawks. It seemed like they were just looking for that big hit all day, and they finally got in the 9th off the bat of Fosberg.
Embry up the middle, but Cade Kurland in perfect position with the shift. He takes a hit away from John Embry right there.
And Kelly Nicholson yesterday, the manager for Orleans, certainly liked the shift, and it looks like Harwich playing a little bit there too. He was almost right behind the bag at second base.
Charlie Bates will now step in and hit. He missed 2 games after being hit by a pitch in the foot against Wareham on the 19th. But he was back in the lineup yesterday. He went 0 for 3 at the plate, but he did draw 2 walks and stole a base. A 1 to him. Punched the other way, but foul. He had quite the day against Wareham on the 19th. A home run and a double. Was also hit by a pitch in that one. And he's gotten a promotion to 3rd in the batting order. One-two on Bates, who is still looking for his first hit of the year against left-handed pitching. He's 0 for 5 against southpaws, but he rips one down the line here, just foul.
Yeah, there's a mistake pitch from Chet Lax. Hung a slider belt buckle high, and Bates got extended, but just a tad out in front. Got good wood on it, but now he finds himself behind in the count, 1-2.
Here is the 1-2. Broken bat pop up over to first. O'Leary back onto the outfield lawn, and he makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down in the first inning for Chet Lax. We head to the second, 1-0 Mariners.
From Boston to the Cape, leave the stress behind and travel in luxury, comfort, and style. Sit back, relax, and take in the views Cape Cod has to offer. Every detail handled from pickup to destination. Tired of the drive to the city? Leave the driving to us. Scan now and start planning your next getaway. Bella Luxury Transportation. Leave the driving to us.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
The second inning is brought to you by Cape Cod Orthopedics. Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is proud to support Harbor Hawks baseball. For decades, athletes, families, and residents across Cape Cod have trusted Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine for expert care. Their team specializes in sports medicine, orthopedic surgery, joint replacement, and rehabilitation, helping patients get back to the activities that they enjoy most. Whether you're recovering from an injury or looking for specialized orthopedic care, learn more at CapeCodOrtho.com. Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the region's largest orthopedic specialty group. 1-0 Mariners after a leadoff home run to start the game from Colin Larson, but 3 straight strikeouts from Brady St. Pierre after the leadoff home run.
And it's all about making an adjustment and staying mentally strong. These baseball players, by definition, we're playing a game of failure. I mean, in the box, you fail 7 out of 10 times. You're one of the best players to do it. So on the mound, you have to go right after the next guy. The most important pitch is next, and Brady St. Pierre did a phenomenal job of coming back from that in the first inning.
He'll look for some similar results against Cade Kurland, who lead things off for Harwich. He fouls one straight back over the netting. Kurland, this past year in 2026, started 47 games at second base for the Florida Gators. He hit .279 with 9 home runs and 33 runs batted in. 0-1 from St. Pierre. Rocketed deep out toward right center field. Liam Barrett, the center fielder, has room and will make the catch at the warning track. Kurland just feet away from the second home run of the day for Harwich.
That's one of the deepest parts of the ball yard here at McKeon Park, and he did get a good barrel on it, but just missed it by that much. And Liam Barrett was helped out by Henry Ziener, telling him exactly how much time he had before crashing into the fence. That's good teammates right there, and this is Barrett's first game. Impressive to see.
Here's Charlie Bussey, the DH today for Harwich. And he has quite the interesting story as to how he got on the Cape as he takes the first pitch low. He plays his collegiate ball at Francis Marion, a Division II school in South Carolina. But this past year, he hit .489 with 21 home runs as he takes outside for ball 2. He also had 77 runs batted in, and he stole 40 bases. His OPS was over 1,400. And Harwich decided that they were going to give him a shot on the Cape. 2-0. Bussey takes high and in. He's ahead 3-0.
Obviously, those numbers are incredibly impressive, but I wonder still what the scouting process is like, because despite unbelievable numbers like that, guys like that sometimes don't get looked at. Of course, there's a lot with the GMs and roster construction. But at the end of the day, really, really encouraging to see how Bussey able to make it on his own and showcase out in college and do it here on the Cape.
Well, his last time out against Katuitt, he went 3 for 3 with 2 runs batted in, and he gets hit up and in that time from St. Pierre. And with those 40 stolen bases this past year at the Division II level, he's a threat to take second, as he looks to be okay walking down to first.
I believe when we saw Harwich back on June 15th, he also got hit by a pitch then, but stayed very active on the base pass. So don't let your guard down for the Harbor Hawks on defense. And Efren Ortega still looking to catch his first runners stealing this season.
Sean O'Leary in from the left-hand side. Harwich, they love to steal. And Bussey has a big lead over there, and he's going. Throw down from Ortega. Not in time. Bussey gets around the tag of the shortstop, Lodis. And that is now the 40th stolen base on the year for the Harwich Mariners. They came into today's game with 39 thefts, by far the most on the Cape.
I mean, J.P. Peltier has 10 in 9 games. That's so impressive. Hyannis on the season with 10 as a whole.
Hyannis likes to play more station to station when they're on offense. As O'Leary takes Hyan outside. The Harbor Hawks have also struggled pitching this year at home. They have an ERA of 7.68 this year at McKeon Park compared to a 2.66 mark in road games. Back pick over to second. Bussey is in with a slide.
Honestly, kind of a similar start to the season last year in terms of home road splits. In the beginning of the season last year, Hyannis was first in the West Division as a whole in June. But despite that, they didn't play the best baseball at home. They were still better on the road.
1-1. O'Leary takes strike 2.
It's one of those things where you try to find any sort of connections between things, but I think it's just the result of it being early in the season and something that is probably going to change and go back to the mean pretty soon.
O'Leary playing his collegiate ball at UMass Lowell. Awaits the 1-2, but he'll have to wait a little longer as St. Pierre checks on Bussey again. O'Leary out of Foxborough High School in Foxborough, Massachusetts.
Go Pats.
Home with the New England Patriots and also hosting some World Cup games currently. 1-2. O'Leary takes a fastball outside, and he's even the count at 2. In 2026 at UMass Lowell, he hit .308. OPS over 900. St. Pierre looking for his 4th strikeout. And a strike is called on the inner half by plate umpire Mike Hiniosa. And it's 2-2. Swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts for Brady St. Pierre in inning number 2. And there's 2 down here in the second.
And all 4 punch-outs swinging goes away, has him a little bit off balance. O'Leary really opened up the front side and just completely had no power right there. If he made contact, it wouldn't have been anything worth a threat. Only 2 strikeouts in each of his last 2 appearances, and totaling 4 2/3 innings. So he's really feeling it on the mound, getting that swing and miss stuff.
Kevin Maluski will look to extend the inning for Harwich as he grounds one just foul down the third base side. Maluski is another guy from the New England area. He hails from Wallingford, Connecticut. And he's playing his collegiate ball at Seton Hall over there in New Jersey. In 2026, he was rated as D1 Baseball's top 50 catchers. He was ranked 29. And he chops one slowly up the third base side, but it'll roll just foul on the swinging bunt. He hit .238 this past year at Seton Hall, but he slugged .587 thanks to 13 home runs. Mostly known for what he can do with the glove, Maluski, an elite defensive catcher here on the Cape for Harwich. St. Pierre looking for strikeout number 5. First he'll check on Bussey, but he's back.
I mean, given the scouting report, we'll probably see a lot of pickoffs in this game today. Although, rather unlikely for Bussey to try to take off for third with 2 outs. But, I mean, the Mariners have 40 stolen bases this year. Who knows?
Bussey's bouncing over there as the pitch is taken inside from Maluski. It's just interesting to see their approach because Hyannis plays things very conservative on the base pass, but Harwich is always looking to get in scoring position, always looking to get 90 feet closer to home. 1-2 from Brady St. Pierre. taken down.
That's a great spit right there. Goes to the bender, starts it right at the belt buckle. And to be able to lay off that pitch, you have to recognize spin because it looks like it's going to be a strike, and it's only the spin. You got to trust that that's going to go below the zone, knowing it's a breaking ball. He saw the spin, was able to lay off.
2-2, St. Pierre looking to put him away. He can't quite do it. The pitch misses down and away. Hyannis does have a base open. Ryan Garrity waits on deck for the Mariners, should this inning get to him. Maluski, the 6'5" backstop, looking to put a second run across for his squad. He takes high and upstairs. First walk of the game for Hyannis, and that is your free pass of the game. Brought to you by Cape Cod Community College. Go to Cape Cod Community College for free. Every program, no tuition or fees for those that qualify. capecod.edu/free for more. Garrity now in. And he takes downstairs on pitch number 1. Garrity's another local guy, a Massachusetts native, who's playing his collegiate ball at Northeastern. Off to a slow start on the Cape. One-0. Swing and a miss. St. Pierre elevates the heater and gets the wave.
Garrity in his second stint with Harwich. He was one of the guys who came over last season after the end of the NECBL season. Played in 4 games.
He started his summer on the Cape 0 for 8 before a 1 for 4 showing against Scituate. Two-one on him, and he has a couple ducks on the pond as Harwich looks to add on early in this one. St. Pierre has been strong after the leadoff home run to Colin Larson, looking to put up his first scoreless frame. Grounded over to first. Trey Hawsey will do it himself. 1-0 Mariners as we head to the bottom of the second here on Cape League TV.
Heading to Nantucket this summer? Skip the traffic and take to the skies with Cape Air. With convenient flights from Norwood to Nantucket, you can start your vacation sooner without the hassle of traffic. That way you spend more time relaxing and less time getting there. Experience the Cape Air difference and book your next flight today at capeair.com. Let Cape Air be your wings in the Northeast.
At Cape Cod Healthcare, we're committed to excellence and compassion in everything we do, like helping people maintain their active lifestyles. Our innovative orthopedic program combines advanced techniques and leading-edge technology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love, in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
The second inning is still brought to you by our folks at Cape Cod Orthopedics. Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is proud to be a sponsor of the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. From youth sports to college athletics and everything in between, their team has been helping Cape Cod residents stay healthy and recover from injuries for years. With expertise in sports medicine, orthopedic care, and rehabilitation, Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is committed to keeping our community active. Learn more at capecodortho.com. Hyannis looking to get on the board here in inning number 2. They have the middle of their order due up. 4, 5, and 6, J.P. Head, Trey Hawsey, and Jordan Lodis.
This is the part of the order that has to do some damage. Yesterday, the top hitters in the Hyannis lineup largely struggled. I mean, it was a 1 for 10 showing with runners in scoring position. But early on, it's good to add some pressure, get it back even, and maybe take a lead.
J.P. Head homered yesterday in Orleans. A deep shot to left field in the 6th inning. made a 4-1 game a 4-2 game. And then the Harbor Hawks did the rest in the 9th inning, coming back to win 6-4. And Head puts a charge into this one. Deep out towards center field. Garrity back at the wall. He leaps, and it's gone. JP Head with a home run in 2 straight games, and the Harbor Hawks have tied things up in the 2nd.
How about 3 of his 4 hits this season leaving the ballpark? He came in with a 167 average, OPS 885. That's going to go over 900. This guy is out of his mind.
He hit 22 home runs this past year at UAB, and he has 3 on the Cape. That's tied for the league lead. Trey Hawsey now in. He's looking for his first home run on the Cape, but he's off to a solid start in the average department as he takes outside. On base percentage over 300 for Hawsey. It sits at 314. 2-0, he swings through it. The one thing he has struggled with is left-handed pitching. Hawsey 0 for 6 on the year against the Southpaws. 2-1, he pops one a mile high on the infield. And the pitcher, Chet Lax, will do it himself.
The rare P2, and this time Lax, P1, and this time Lax barely had the move. Hawsey chopped the hair, trying to change things up, maybe get out of a little bit of a funk, but he'll have to go try that again his next AB.
Jordan Lodise will now dig in. He got off to a slow start on the Cape, but he does have hits in 3 of his last 4 games, including a double and a stolen base yesterday in Orleans. And Lax cannot find the zone on pitch number 1.
He's now doubled in back-to-back games. That's got to feel good for Lodise, but still looking to find his footing consistently.
Lodise awaits the 1-0 and takes it outside. That home run from JP Head is the 8th home run on the year for the Harbor Hawks. That's the most in the Cape League. Here's the 2-0. Lodise back up the middle sharply, but in perfect position. Cade Curlin. The shift once again working against the Harbor Hawks, and there's 2 down in the 2nd.
There's 2 ways to look at that. You're out, or you really put a good swing on it. And now Hyannis, 2 of the 3 swings in this innings that have gone into the field, hit incredibly hard. They got to be feeling a lot good. They're really seeing Chet Lax a lot better than they did in the first inning.
Well, here's Kyle Olivo. And you see the average, 1,000. That's thanks to a 4-for-4 day yesterday. He's a 2-way player at Iowa. He took starts on the mound and starts in the lineup. He's been a terrific pitcher this year for Hyannis. In 2 starts, he's put up 8 scoreless innings. But yesterday was his first start in the lineup. He had a home run, a double, and 2 singles. And that home run that he hit in the 5th inning was a no-doubter. He absolutely crushed that ball as he was doing all day yesterday. Of those 4 hits, none of them were sort of excuse-me singles. They were all crushed off the bat. And he crushes another one here off the glove of J.P. Peltier. Throw across the diamond, not in time. And depending on how this is ruled, Kyle Olivo could be 5 for 5 to start his hitting on the Cape.
He hit it on the screws, not necessarily a routine play, but it did get gloved down pretty cleanly by Peltier. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get it, and they're going to give him the single, so how about that? Still batting 1,000.
We talked to Mitch Carricker yesterday, and he said depending on keeping him ready for his starts will be the main factor on if he's in the lineup or not, but he might not have a choice with the way he's hitting. Efren Ortega now in, and he takes downstairs for ball 1. And you got to wonder, where was this guy the first 7 games of the year?
He was taking BP since day 1, but not in the lineup.
Ortega along the first base line, out of play. The ball is just
jumping off the bat.
It has steam when it's coming off his bat. Efren Ortega will look to move him up with 2 out in the second. 1 run already home on the JP Head leadoff home run. And Ortega takes upstairs. Ortega got off to a really slow start at the plate. He was just 0 for 9 coming into Sunday's game against Chatham, but he is rocking a 2-game hit streak. Over at first, Olivo just gets back in. He was almost picked off. He was leaning towards second. But the pitcher able to slide back in safely. Yesterday, Olivo played second base in the field. He's the DH today. As Ortega takes a backdoor breaking ball for strike 2. Two out here in the bottom of the second inning. 1-1 between the Harbor Hawks and Mariners. Chet Lax looking to get out of the inning, but instead he'll throw over to first, and Olivo back with a head-first slide.
He's got to be careful over there to make sure he stays all good with the throwing arm. He's supposed to go tomorrow for Mitch Carricker.
2-2. Lax to the plate. Ortega swing and a miss. Backdoor breaking ball induces the K for Lax, but Hyannis ties the game thanks to a solo home run from JP Head. 1-1 as we head to the third.
Life can be full of surprises, but Eastern Propane and Oil is always just a call away. With a local team member available 24/7, we're always ready to support you when you need it. With an Eastern Propane and Oil technician on the way, your family's comfort is our priority. Our local team, over 500 strong, ensures your home is comfortable and warm. Eastern Propane and Oil, a local team with 24/7 service and delivery, ensuring comfort when you need it most.
Wherever you need to go, arrive in comfort, style, and complete peace of mind. From seamless rides to and from Logan Airport, to the energy of the big game in the city, to unforgettable weddings, proms, and nights out with friends. Bella Luxury Transportation is there every step of the way. No stress, no driving. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the experience. Bella Luxury Transportation, leave the driving to us.
The lights at the McKeon Park stay bright all season long thanks to the Knack Cape Cod. The Knack offers 2 locations in Hyannis and Orleans, both offering delicious burgers, tacos, sandwiches, and more. Visit theknackcapecod.com to order online today. The Knack Cape Cod is proud to be the Light Up the Park sponsor for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks all season long. Top of the third inning here from McKeon Park. 1-1 tie between the Mariners and Harbor Hawks. Harwich will have the top of their lineup due up. Colin Larson, J.P. Peltier, and Tyler Smolinski set to hit this inning.
Especially after tying the game, it's now time to throw up a 1-2-3 inning or throw up some sort of donut. 2 walks in the past frame for Brady St. Pierre, but we've seen him dominate early after the leadoff home run. He struck out the side. Now it's about getting quick outs early and fast.
This was the man who hit the leadoff home run, Colin Larson, wasting no time to get the Mariners on the board. A long ball to dead center field. St. Pierre will look for some more success in matchup number 2. First pitch bounces about 57 feet out of the right arm of St. Pierre. His first 2 outings on the year both came against Brewster. And through 4 2/3 innings, he's only given up 1 hit coming into this game. And just the 1 run as well against Brewster on the 18th. He did get the loss in that game. Hyannis really struggled offensively in that one. A 3-1 loss at Brewster. 2-0 to Larson. Fastball just misses outside. St. Pierre looking to battle back and avoid the leadoff walk. He gets the fastball over the plate on 3-0.
Muster a strike right there, but now he's in the advantage count once more on a 3-1. That's a good pitch to kind of swing for the fences in a tie game with nobody on.
3-1 downstairs, and Larson has a leadoff walk.
Hyannis kept it relatively clean yesterday against Orleans. 8 freebies as a whole, 4 walks, 2 wild pitches, 2 hit by pitches, a wild pitch and an error. But in a lot of their losses, it's been the walks that have been costly. And even when they've been few and far between, the free passes have come back to bite them. I think to that Brewster game on the 18th, only 3 walks, but they ended up being cashed in for Whitecap runs.
Larson has a huge lead at first base, and St. Pierre will check on him. Larson just back with a head-first slide. St. Pierre did not walk very many batters during his sophomore year at Southeast Louisiana. He only walked 12 hitters in 24 innings. Another big lead at first for Larson, and another pickoff from St. Pierre. Larson is just barely getting back there, but if you're a prolific base stealer, coaches will tell you, if you're barely getting back, that's where your lead needs to be. Once again, he's about 5-6 steps off the bag. Another pickoff. This time they got him. St. Pierre with the quick move over. Larson was moving towards second base, and he was caught off balance.
Well, Hazy dropped the ball after on the transfer, but that's huge for Hyannis to erase the leadoff free pass. And now you can treat this as a kind of a clean slate as you face the heart of the order, 2, 3, 4 with Peltier, Smolinski, and Hotchkiss. All guys who were down by way of the K back in the first inning.
Peltier takes down and away. And that's huge. If Hyannis can manage the base stealing from the Mariners, they'll put themselves in a good position in this one. As the 1-0 is popped up behind the plate, Ortega will give it a look. Up against the bricks, he has the catch for out number 2.
Just enough room, and you can hear Hazy saying, room, room, room. Ortega with a little bit of a flash feed. Flash look and able to get back safely and make the catch.
Smolinski will look to extend the inning for Harwich. But St. Pierre has been doing a great job of working out of trouble after the leadoff home run. 3 consecutive strikeouts. He left 2 stranded in the second, and now a pickoff has wiped away a Harwich runner here in the third. Here's the first pitch to Smolinski. Half swing, but a full swing in the eyes of plate umpire Mike Hinojosa. But Harwich loves their small ball, and if you can keep them at the bases where they are, you just take away a lot of their offensive potency, as Smolinski is now behind 0-2.
Means kind of electricity in a bottle every time they get on base, and that puts so much more pressure on you as a pitcher. So to have a clean slate, it makes a huge difference.
0-2. Smolinski back to St. Pierre. It's over his glove, but a backhanded play by Bates will end the top of the third. We now send things down to the sidelines where our very own Sam Guarini has more.
Sam Guarini here ahead of tonight's game. I got to catch up with pitcher Braden Sharp. I asked him how his Cape League experience is going so far. He told me that it's been awesome being in a new state, especially on Cape. Sharp said he's getting to play baseball every single day, which is his favorite thing so far that he's been doing on Cape, actually. I also asked him what he's looking forward to most this summer, and he said creating bonds and personal relationships with all the new guys on the team. They all came in not knowing anybody, and he's really excited to create everlasting bonds with his new teammates. Thank you so much, and back to you guys.
Well, after the comeback win yesterday, you could sort of sense that the Hyannis dugout had a lot more morale, and they were a lot more lively than they were in some previous games. We talked to Coach Mitch Carricker after the game, and he said that a big comeback win can really turn around team morale for the rest of the season.
Yeah, he said it was great for morale, and I asked him before this game, what's the team feeling like now that I've had about 24 hours to process the win? And he says, vibes are high, but we want to get right back to what we're doing. Today's challenge is the Harwich Mariners, and we're not going to only reminisce about what happened last night. That's in the past now. Now you got to execute tonight. So far, it's been a really, really nice ball game.
Liam Barrett will step into the box to lead things off in the third for the Harbor Hawks. And he just got into town yesterday night. He was in attendance for that comeback win yesterday, but he did not play. This is his first official game on the roster. And he's making his first at bat right now. First pitch to him, right down the middle for strike one.
Another UCSB guy. Hyannis has plenty of them. The Gauchos.
They just recently added Raymond Olivas and Van Froling to the bullpen. Two teammates of Barrett. He grounds one through into right field for a base hit. Liam Barrett 1 for 1 on the Cape.
Well, that's a really pretty piece of hitting. Got a really good wood on it. Top spin on the ground, so that ball will stay down and skip down. And you could say no chance for Sean O'Leary over there at first base. Leadoff knock for the Hawks.
Liam Barrett is mostly known for his defensive prowess. Through 2 years at UCSB, he didn't make a single error, but he did hit .317 this past year, and he's off to a great start on the Cape. Henry Zener will look to move him over. He waves through a fastball from Chet Lax. Oh, 1. Zener with a little dribbler foul. Zener 0 for 1 today. He grounded out to first base to lead off the first inning. But Max, his production has really sort of grown since he's been moved to the leadoff spot.
Yeah, he's been all around the lineup, but it seems like he's felt a lot more comfortable setting the tone for Hyannis.
0-2, swing and a miss. Lax drops the breaker on the outside edge, and Zener can't quite adjust. He's down on strikes.
And it's worth mentioning Hyannis last in the Cape League with a 123 average when leading off innings. So it's been a bit of experimentation at the top of the order for Mitch Carricker. We've seen a couple different guys, Taylor Kirk, Henry Zener, trying to just see who fits in well and sticks. And I don't think that answer is clear quite yet.
John Embry takes the first pitch just outside for ball one. Liam Barrett might be a contender to move up in that order. I mean, we've only seen him for one at-bat, but he did smash a single into right field. And he has a lot of speed with a healthy lead at first right now. Embry over to third, just foul.
Almost nailed Sean Riley, Hyannis, third base coach down there.
I'm sure he appreciates how hard Embry's hitting the ball.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm sure he'd rather him keep it fair.
After all, he is the active hitting coach.
1-1 on John Embry. Looking to start a new hit streak today. Check over at first, and Barrett back with a head-first slide. Embry did not play on opening day, but he's played in every game since. His first 6, he had 11 hits, but he's been hitless in his last 2. 1-1 in the air down the right field line. O'Leary looking over his shoulder, but this ball will fall into the Harwich bullpen. One-two, Chet Lax looking for back-to-back strikeouts. Embry back in. 1-2. Off for second. Barrett, throw down. Not in time. Liam Barrett with a ton of speed swipes his first bag on the Cape.
Wasting no time indeed, and Hyannis puts a runner in scoring position with less than 2 outs, and you got a guy like Embry who's just waiting to kick one out into the gaps. He can slug it.
A base hit could give Hyannis the lead. Barrett has put himself into scoring position. 2-2. Embry will stay alive. Chet Lax on the mound. Just finished up his junior year at Wright State. He had a 4.23 ERA in 17 appearances, 13 of them starts. Embry at the plate. Hit over 360 for Florida Gulf Coast, and he'll be playing with the Florida Gators next year. 2-2. Embry pops one a mile high into shallow center. Racing in Ryan Garrity, he'll make the catch. So it'll be up to Charlie Bates to score that run from second.
Right guy to do it.
Bates playing second base today. He's been switching off between second base and shortstop with Taylor Kirk, who's out of the lineup today. Bates with a home run on the 19th against Wareham. And he chops one foul here. He played in 32 games last year for the Harbor Hawks, but he hit just 190 so far through 9 games here in 2026. He's hitting 261, so a lot of improvements from his bat. And he grounds one off the glove of Lax. Race over to first. Bates will win it without a throw. Barrett moves up to third, and J.P. Head, who had the home run in the second, will hit with 2 runners on.
Kind of reminds me of that Olivo ball. Hit really hard, but could have been gloved down cleanly. So you have to wait for the official ruling.
I'd imagine they ruled that a hit. It was a hot shot right back to the pitcher, and he was just barely able to get a glove on it. Head now with homers in 2 straight games. He takes a backdoor breaker for strike 1.
His ruled a single for Bates, so that's his first hit against left-handed pitching this summer.
He was previously 0 for 5. Head takes down and in. J.P. Head, despite the problems with runners in scoring position for Hyannis, he's 2 for 5 on the season with RISP. And he grounds one over to third, just fair down the line. J.P. Peltier with the long throw. It's high, but staying on the bag, Sean O'Leary. He needed every inch of that 6'5" frame to pull down the out, and Harwich gets out of the inning without any damage.
Your future begins at Dean College.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Why are you in business? Is it to follow a dream? To carry on a legacy? Whatever your reason, at Cape & Coast Bank, we're as dedicated to your business as you are. Our cash management services help your business prevent fraud, manage payments and deposits, operate efficiently, and maximize earnings. To all the local businesses here in our communities, we say, we're here to business. Learn more at capeandcoastbank.com. Cape & Coast Bank, powering local.
Welcome back to McKeon Park. It's the 4th inning, sponsored by the team at the Goldberg Law Group PC, the Cape's premier personal injury law firm. The Goldberg Law Group has served Cape Cod and the islands for more than 38 years, and we're proud to support the local events, organizations, and traditions that make this community so special. As the Cape's leading law firm, Goldberg Law Group believes in helping people, building relationships, and giving back whenever we can. That's why we're honored to sponsor the Hyannis Harbor Hawks in another great night of Cape League baseball. New pitcher on the mound for the Harbor Hawks here in the 4th inning. Ball handed over to Van Froling, the first man out of the bullpen for the Harbor Hawks.
And he looked all right in his first appearance in Cotuit about a week ago. He threw 2 innings, gave up 2 runs, 2 walks. He did strike out 4. If he can get the location down a little bit, he has good stuff to be an effective left-handed arm for the Harbor Hawks.
And Brady St. Pierre exits with a 1-1 game through 3 innings, allowed 1 hit, 1 run, 1 earned run. On the 1 hit being the home run to lead things off by Colin Larson. 3 walks, but he worked out of it thanks in part to his 4 strikeouts today.
4 strikeouts and a pickoff of Colin Larson in that 3rd inning really helped things as well.
Charlie Adams here alongside Quincy Bell. It's the 4th inning. Ready to get going from McKeon Park. Hotchkiss up to the plate, fouling the first pitch he sees to the backstop. Second at bat in his Cape Cod career.
He struck out in his first at bat, but this guy has a ton of power.
Slotting right into the cleanup spot, and here's a rip to left field. On a line, sending JP Head back. He'll field it off the wall. Head throws it in as Hotchkiss jogs to second base. Good time to talk about the power behind Hotchkiss's bat.
This guy hit 20 home runs this past year for Washington. And like we mentioned earlier, that's just a field where you don't hit home runs. And the Big Ten is a conference. It's cold half the year, so most of the guys you see that get up to 20 home runs are playing in the South where it's warm all year. This guy did that in the Pacific Northwest, and that was easily over 100 miles an hour off the bat there on that double.
So a leadoff double welcomes Van Froling into the game, responding with a first pitch strike to Cade Kurland. Hawks going from a righty to a lefty with Froling on the mound. Swatted to the opposite field and dropped in front of Henry Zener. Harwich with runners on the corners on back-to-back base hits.
I want a more excuse me single from Cade Kurland. He shifted that one off the handle and just blooped it into right, but the Harwich Mariners already getting after Van Froling with 2 straight hits.
Froling into quick trouble as Charlie Bussey up to the plate walked and stole second base in the 2nd inning. Back-to-back base hits. Bussey takes ball 1. Froling looks to first. It gets away from Hawsey. Heading down into foul territory. 1 runner scores as Kurland rounds second and heads to third. And the Harbor Hawks trailing the Mariners here thanks to their own mistake.
And this has just happened too often for Hyannis, where the pickoff throws just going up the right field line, there's no reason there to be checking on a runner on first when there's already a runner on third and nobody out. Froling just not focusing on the batter there.
As a lefty, Froling has his eyes on Kurland at first base. Kurland over at third base. This off the glove of Ortega, and here comes Kurland to score. Another gift to Harwich, and 2 runs already across here before Froling can record an out.
And that's a pass ball on Ortega. It hit him right in the glove, but just couldn't hold on to it. And his defensive struggles this year continue.
For Froling, the bases are empty. As Bussey takes ball 4 on a 4-pitch walk. So Froling enters, and things quickly changing for the Harbor Hawks as Sean O'Leary up to the plate. On the move, Bussey again steals second base.
It's too easy for him right now. Easily still second in the second inning. And he had a great jump there. No chance for Ortega.
Bussey on second as Froling firing home. Can't find the zone again. Behind 2-0 on Sean O'Leary. And that will produce a mound visit from pitching coach Austin Wallace. Was officially ruled a pass ball by Efren Ortega, of course, and an error on Van Froling on the pickoff attempt. It's been 6 straight balls for Van Froling. Started the outing with 4 straight strikes.
In this past year at UC Santa Barbara, he was pretty accurate on the mound through 23 1/3 innings. He only walked 10 batters. Compare that to 28 strikeouts. He was very accurate, but he's just been struggling with command a little bit on the Cape.
Wallace back to the dugout. Harbor Hawks trailing 3-1 here in the top of the 4th. The only show in town here on the Cape, making up Tuesday's rainout. And Froling will step off the rubber. Pitch clock winding down. After the mound visit, outside, count now 3-0.
Yeah, with the base open to O'Leary, worst thing is the double play gets set up.
Finally, called strike across as O'Leary taking to move the count here, 3-1. Rolling right back to the plate. 5-pitch walk. Puts the runner on first.
And with the speed that Harwich possesses on their team and with how many bases they've been able to steal, 41 now on the year after the 2 from Bussey, they will just punish you whenever you make a mistake. If you make an error, they're taking multiple bases. If you walk them, they're looking to move another 90 feet. They just never stop looking to score.
First pitch strike to Kevin Maluski in for the second time. Maluski walked his first at bat. Back-to-back strikes as Froling ahead 0-2. Runners on first and second. The 0-2 pitch. Fouled off down the right field line, will head out of play. Stays 0-2. The pitch from Froling. No swing on the outside breaking ball. Gearing up for the Centerville Pie eating contest down the third base foul line, and today's participant on the Harbor Hawks side looks like it will be Caden Miller. They'll get after it in between innings here.
It's Miller's first off day. He started all 9 games before this one for the Harbor Hawks.
Both runners on the move. Pitch fouled off at the plate. Maluski trying to stay alive on the 2-2.
And that's another thing. Harwich, they've been one for the big inning this year. When they put across 1 run, normally it's 2, 3, or 4, and still nobody out, 2 guys on. They're going to the double steal. They play just so aggressively.
It's hard to get comfortable for anyone on the defense. Another foul ball as this at bat continues. Rolling up to 20 pitches. 8th pitch of the at bat. Grounded softly to third base. Embry waits for it, fields it on the high hop, thrown across the diamond in time. Both runners go to second and third on the ground out, the first out of the inning.
And Maluski just does a job there. He put it in play softly over to third, and Bussey moves to third, O'Leary to second, and with Garrity up, lefty on lefty, it's an advantage matchup for Froling. You'd really like to see a strikeout here if you're Hyannis.
The infield on the grass, Charlie Bates maybe a bit closer to home plate than his partner up the middle, and Jordan Lodice at shortstop. First pitch fouled off by Garrity. Froling seeming to settle in a bit more. Working into the strike zone. Missed his spot there. It's 1-1. Garrity grounded out to Trey Hawsey at first base back in the second. Here popped up over the backstop and out of play.
And Garrity way out in front on that slider from Froling. I might go back to that pitch but put it a little further outside.
Froling in control with the 1-2 count. Already 2 runs across. Helped out by the error by Froling on the pickoff attempt. This one lunged out to right center field, coming in hard, making the catch. Zener. Arm will be tested as tagging up Bussey. Goes in standing at home on the sacrifice fly.
Yeah, I thought Zener maybe would have a chance, but not with Bussey's speed. Even a shallow fly ball like that, he can easily score.
Mariners traded out for a run as the lineup flips over to Colin Larson, who got things started in the first with the solo shot. Up with a runner in scoring position. Sean O'Leary leading off second base. Way upstairs, nearly caught him in the helmet. Gets away from Ortega to the backstop and an extra 90 feet for Sean O'Leary.
And Froling's going to have to really get this under control, especially with the runner at third. We've already seen a run cross with the pass ball this inning. You don't want to see another one get to the backstop.
Wild pitch from Froling. 1-0 count. Bit more control this time, dropped in for a strike. One to Larson. This will drop in center field for a base hit and another run across for the Mariners.
just continue to hit and hit and hit, similar to what we saw Chatham do to the Harbor Hawks back on Sunday. 8 singles on 11 hits for the Mariners, and something similar happening right now for Harwich.
4th run of the frame. Pickoff move to first. This time on target for Hawsey, with Larson leading off first base. In the dirt, Ortega keeps it close enough to keep Larson at bay at first. Not testing it out with 2 away here in the top of the 4th inning. Harbor Hawks bullpen getting into action here, as Peltier fouls it off down the right field line. One count here at the plate for Peltier. Upstairs, 2-1.
Froling just needs to see something go his way this inning.
Grounded over to Embry. Again, fielding it on the hop. Thrown across to Diamond in time. Inning comes to a close as Hyannis allows 4 runners across. An error in the mix there, as it's a 5-1 lead for the Harwich Mariners.
This will be your college. This will be your home. This is where you will join a community that supports you, cares about you, pushes you, cheers you on, challenges you, inspires you, helps you reach your dreams. Open your eyes to opportunity and your mind to possibility. Your future begins here.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Welcome back to the Goldberg Law Group 4th inning at McKeon Park. Did you know Goldberg Law Group PC is the Cape's premier personal injury law firm? The Goldberg Law Group has served Cape and the Islands for more than 38 years, and we're proud to support the local events, organizations, and traditions that make this community so special. As the Cape's leading law firm, Goldberg Law Group believes in helping people, building relationships, and giving back whenever we can. That's why we're honored to sponsor the Hyannis Harbor Hawks in another great night of Cape League baseball. Different game for the Harbor Hawks after the top of the 4th, trailing by 4. Trey Hawsey, first one with a chance to change it for the Harbor Hawks. Hawsey still looking for his first home run of the Cape League summer, taking ball 1. From Lax dropped in to even the count.
And he's also looking for his first hit against left-handed pitching. He's 7 for 22 against the righties.
Forked foul down the first base line.
But 0 for 6 against the lefties, and with his pop-up to the pitcher in the second, he's now 0 for 7.
He's been platooning at first base with Caden Miller, a fellow lefty. Not much hand in this game you can play if you're Mitch Carricker.
Well, those two have been switching off between first base and DH. So it's just those two taking turns of who gets the off day in the field.
1-2 swung on and missed. Strikeout on the board, the third of the game for Lax to start off the fourth inning.
Yeah, he has that breaking stuff working well. He's been running it down and away towards left-handed hitters, and that time it just flew away from the bat of Hawsey. It was a great pitch.
Lax with his third strikeout. Still hasn't allowed a free pass yet as the first pitch to Jordan Lodi's cracked out to right center field. Heading back, a leap. And this one's out of here for the Harbor Hawks. Jordan Lodi's leaves the yard close from Ryan Garrity on the jump as Lodi's gets one back for Hyannis.
It was a heck of an effort there from Garrity out there in center. He tore down an advertising banner, which he's probably going to need to go clip up if I had to guess. But still, I thought he had it because he acted like he had it after he went to the jump. He just missed it by a couple of feet.
Got a good chunk of the Dean College ad. As another one smoked out to deep center field. Garrity all the way back, and this time making the catch.
And that's the first time Kyle Olivo has been retired on the season. He was 5 for 5 before that. This time Garrity makes a nice acrobatic catch just in front of the wall.
Olivo went to one of the deepest parts of the ballpark there. Still a good run from Ryan Garrity to snag it. And another first pitch swing. This one, Efren Ortega getting it through the shifted infield and into center for a hit.
He's figured things out with the bat after an 0 for 11 start. He now has hits in 3 straight. Something to note for Hyannis, that home run from Lodi's is now their 9th on the summer. That's the most on the Cape. Of those 9 home runs, 7 have been solo home runs. They have the power, it just hasn't really seemed to come with runners on.
Runner on here, and Ortega off first for Liam Barrett, the center fielder. Singled in his first at bat on the Cape. Thought about going around.
I think that one may have caught the knob of his bat there for a foul ball.
Unfortunate strike for Liam Barrett. Back in the batter's box here. 2 away in the bottom of the 4th. Quick pickoff move. Bounced over by Lax to O'Leary. A 1. Can't connect on the outer part of the plate. Lax up to 55 pitches. Some movement in the Harwich bullpen. As the 1-1 finds it. 1-2 here with 2 away.
Yeah, Barrett is up there crowding the plate. His toes are almost on that front line of the batter's box. Likes to get out ahead of pitches if he can.
Before the 1-2, another look over at first base. Ortega up, standing on his way back to the bag.
Yeah, this could be the last batter that Chet Lax sees. After Barrett, it'll be 2 complete times through the order, and Hyannis has started to hit him pretty hard.
Swung through and maybe got a piece into the mid of Maluski. Still a strikeout to end the inning. Hyannis gets a run back on a Jordan Lodi's solo shot. We'll be right back for the top of the 5th here on Cape League TV.
Your future begins at Dean College.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Wherever you need to go, arrive in comfort, style, and complete peace of mind. From seamless rides to and from Logan Airport to the energy of the big game in the city, to unforgettable weddings, proms, and nights out with friends, Bella Luxury Transportation is there every step of the way. No stress, no driving. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the experience. Bella Luxury Transportation, leave the driving to us.
Welcome back here on Cape League TV. We'll compare some stats here to start off the fifth inning with a new wing on the mound for the Harbor Hawks. The Hyannis average at .212, and the ERA difference has shown up today. Harbor Hawks with a 5.02 ERA to Harwich's 3.86, and those records show off that kind of comparison as well. Harwich has played a lot of West Division teams in the young season. They were 5-1 against the West Division entering today.
Well, the West Division has just not been as great as the East. You got YD at 9-1 over there in the East. Harwich and Brewster also with winning records. Falmouth and Bourne both just sit one game above 500 in the West with a couple of ties as well, and then everyone else has been yet to be at 500. Hyannis looking to get back there if they can pull out a win here.
We'll take a look at the new arm for Hyannis. After one inning from Van Froling, the Harbor Hawks turn over to Cohen Gomez out of the bullpen for his fourth appearance of the summer.
And something that's really just been fascinating to look at throughout the course of the season is how much better Hyannis pitchers have been on the road as opposed to at home. Coming into this game, Hyannis pitchers, a 7.68 ERA at home. Away from home, 2.66. It's a 5-run difference.
First pitch from Gomez fouled off and will head out of play. Tyler Smolinski up to the plate. The shortstop was the only player for Harwich to not come to the plate in the big 4-run fourth inning from the Mariners. Average above 300. 2 homers on the season. The 0-1. Below the zone, count goes 1-1. One pitch fouled off the glove of Ortega. Now the Harwich bullpen really getting going for the bottom half of this inning.
Yeah, it'll be top of the order due up for Hyannis, so.
Ball smoked down the right field line will drop in as Zener makes his way over. Smolinski rounds first, heads for second, and he's in there standing. Second reliever for Hyannis to be welcomed to the game with a leadoff double.
And Smolinski just continues to rake here on the Cape, improving upon his .344 average coming into this one, and it's his fourth double as well.
Brings up Hotchkiss, who opened up the last inning with that double against Van Froling. First hit on the Cape League. His average sits at 500 through the 2 at-bats he's had. Takes a first pitch strike. Breaking ball. Fouled off into the netting.
And Hotchkiss just has such a violent swing. I mean, he is putting a ton of bat speed across with every single swing. If he connects with it, it just has such velocity. The ball, that is.
0-2 bounced by Gomez. No advance from Smolinski on second base. Gomez had to work a bit around Hotchkiss in the batter's box. That's what the batter's supposed to do, stand in there. The 1-2 pitch. Bounce to this one away from Ortega. Over at third base now. 90 feet away for Smolinski.
Ortega's struggles behind the plate continue, although I think you might be able to call that one a wild pitch from Cohen Gomez. And they do rule it a wild pitch.
So the infield right back on the grass for Hyannis. Nobody out. 2-2, grounded sharply. Embry keeps a good eye on Smolinski before throwing across the diamond to get Hotchkiss for the first out.
Yeah, he gave him a look and said, you going or not? And Smolinski opting to stay with nobody out in the inning. And no damage done without number one on the board.
Just knowing your base runner in Hotchkiss and making sure Smolinski stays right where he is. One away, Smolinski still off third base. The first pitch to Curlin popped up towards foul territory, running out of room. Falls in behind the Harbor Hawks dugout. Bit past our vantage point. Be a really tough play. Still an 0-1 count to Cade Curlin, coming off a single last inning, where he came around to score. Oh, 0-1 spiked before it could come close to the plate. Bounced all the way up into the netting. An easy jog home for Smolinski, as the wildness for the Harbor Hawks continue to come back to bite them.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is, but it's almost like we're watching two different pitching staffs at home versus on the road. I mean, they've been so terrific pitching on the road. It's been unbelievable to watch, but it's been not great here at McKeon Park.
Sharply grounded over to Lodis. Across the diamond in time. A second out as Curlin grounds out. There's a pair of zeros to finish off St. Pierre's Day after the solo shot in the first. Bullpen hasn't replicated it. Bussey back up to the plate, has not recorded an official at-bat today. 2 walks. Not the guy you want to walk.
And he's got 2 stolen bases. He's punished Hyannis twice already.
Gomez finding the zone for strike 1.
It's been impressive to watch this guy who has come from the D2 level and really shined so far.
I think it's safe to assume his jersey doesn't come home clean most nights, as a grounder from Embry across to Hawsey. 3 straight groundouts, but still a run across for the Mariners, adding to their lead as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Heading to Nantucket this summer? Skip the traffic and take to the skies with Cape Air. With convenient flights from Norwood to Nantucket, you can start your vacation sooner without the hassle of traffic. That way you spend more time relaxing and less time getting there. Experience the Cape Air difference and book your next flight today at capeair.com. Let Cape Air be your wings in the Northeast.
At Cape Cod Healthcare, we're committed to excellence and compassion in everything we do, like helping people maintain their active lifestyles. Our innovative orthopedic program combines advanced techniques and leading-edge technology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love, in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
Welcome back here to the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. Bottom 5 from the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network, and that means we'll remind you about the NAC. Hey, Harbor Hawks fans, did you know the NAC Cape Cod is the official Light Up the Park sponsor of the Hyannis Harbor Hawks all season long? Thanks to the NAC, the lights at McKeon Park stay bright all summer. With 2 convenient locations in Orleans and Hyannis, the NAC is the perfect spot for a burger, taco, milkshake, and much more. Visit thenacapecod.com to learn more or order online. Day's done for Chet Lax, and that should be some good news for the Harbor Hawks, who have only got to him for 2 runs. And they were both solo shots, JP Head and Jordan Lodice. As Ryan Taft, the new man, on for Harwich, the redshirt junior in the transfer portal previously from Siena, where in 2026 he racked up 32 strikeouts across 37.2 innings of work. With the lineup flipped over, it's Henry Ziener to lead us off.
And no walks for Lax in his start. 4 clean innings relatively, other than the 2 solo home runs.
Swings through here. Goes 1-2. One-two pitch, bit upstairs. Count's evened up. Half set with the 2-2. Sawed off down the third baseline. A play for Peltier across the diamond in time. Ziener grounds out to open up the 5th.
He got caught up inside on that pitch and was just able to dribble it off the handle. Couldn't quite beat it out.
Harbor Hawks yet to work a walk as John Embry up to the plate. For 2 today. Ground out and a fly out. First pitch to the backstop.
And he struggled with the lefties this year as well. 0 for 2 against Lax. Made him just 1 for 8 on the Cape against lefties, but against righties, 10 for 22.
In college this past year was a bit different story, and it really speaks to quite the year he had. A .418 batting average against lefties and .345 versus right. You can't really go wrong in a season where you're your conference player of the year, batting .364 with 17 homers. This one on a line to left field, dropped in for a base hit. Embry on with 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th.
And I guess on the Cape, he's just seeing the righties better because that one was smashed.
He already has his new home in Florida. Could be a chance to adjust your approach a bit, see if you can find any wrinkles in your game. Now Charlie Bates up to the plate. 1 for 2 today with a single in the 3rd. Pickoff move, and Embry scampers back to first. Bates made his return to the lineup yesterday after back-to-back off days. reached base 3 times, including reaching on an error in the 9th inning. Produced an insurance run for the Harbor Hawks on a ball that definitely should have been caught down in left field yesterday.
Yeah, that error made a 5-4 game, a 6-4 game. Ultimately didn't end up mattering with the final score, but Bates struggled a little bit yesterday, even though he did draw 2 walks, 0 for 3 at the plate. Still, though, he's swinging a hot bat despite things. A lot of hard hit contact.
Fouled up over the netting and out of play. 1-2 count here. It was an interesting game. It really felt like, despite it being a close game for the majority, that the Harbor Hawks were really trailing there, and eventually the bats came through late. But they had chances before it, before Will Fosberg came off the bench and provided that spark that the Hawks needed. Two and 1 count here. Again, another ball on a line right over to first baseman O'Leary's head, down the right field line. Rounded on by Larson as Embry into third base, and a head-first dive for Charlie Bates. And the Harbor Hawks have 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, he turned on that pitch and just hooked it fair, just barely down that right field line, and now this is a huge at-bat for J.P. Head. Had the homer in the 2nd, but with 2 runners on, scoring position, just 1 out. You'd like to see Hyannis get 2 across here because Harwich has just been putting up runs at will so far in this game. This is a massive at-bat to try to cut into this lead.
J.P. Head's average at 200, the OPS over 1,000 with his 3 home runs on the summer. Taking ball 1 outside.
You don't need a big hit here, just something through to the outfield.
Falling behind 2-0, Taft has first base open. With 1 away, this might be a hitter to pitch around. The 2-0 delivered to the plate, a grounder to Peltier. He fields, throws across the diamond in time. On the way home, Embry makes it a 3-run game. So an RBI ground out for J.P. Head.
And Peltier over there at third, I thought maybe if he went home he could have gotten Embry, but I think in a situation for Harwich where you're still up 3 runs, I think even in inning number 5, it's fine to trade the out for the run. I don't think you want to risk that throw coming home and getting to the backstop and then a big inning spirals after that. It would have been close, but I think the right decision to go to first.
Ozzie reaching out and swinging away here on the first pitch from Taft. Struck out his last time up in the 4th. Hawks able to chip away a bit here with 1 run across. Still a runner on second base in Charlie Bates. First ball to even the count at 1-1. One and 2 called strike from Mike Hinojosa. 1-2 count, 2 away. Runner on second, Taft ready. Pitch. Another reach out from Hawsey as it heads into foul territory. Peltier puts it away. He records all 3 outs, 2 ground outs and a foul out for Peltier in the inning. Harbor Hawks get a run back as we head to the top of the 6th here on Cape League TV.
From Boston to the Cape, leave the stress behind and travel in luxury, comfort, and style. Sit back, relax, and take in the views Cape Cod has to offer. Every detail handled from pickup to destination. Tired of the drive to the city? Leave the driving to us. Scan now and start planning your next getaway. Bella Luxury Transportation. Leave the driving to us.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
Welcome back, top of the sixth here on Cape League TV. Presented by Netting Pros Stadionic, the official netting and facility solutions partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. When it comes to netting and building iconic sports facilities, it's Netting Pros Stadionic, making sports facilities iconic. Harbor Hawks with a run back in the bottom of the fifth, still trailing 6-3 here from McKeon Park.
Yeah, they've been chipping away, a couple solo home runs, an RBI ground out from JP Head. They just haven't really gotten the big inning yet. They're coming off a big inning in Orleans where they scored 4 in the ninth to take the win, but they'll need a little more to make things interesting with Harwich.
Stepping into the left-handed batter's box, Sean O'Leary. Fouled straight off the pole. It's not your usual foul ball to the backstop.
That was a loud clank there. Normally it just softly hits against the net.
A little wake-up call. Well, I'm back up as the foul ball once again. This time not as loudly. It's an 0-2 count for Gomez. Back in for another inning of work. Bounced in on the 0-2. Count goes 1-2. Harbor Hawks have let this game slip away thanks to some mistakes on passed balls and wild pitches. Chopped over to second base. Bates has to go quickly to first, and covering Gomez gets the out.
You don't see a 4-1 put out too often. The pitcher covering the bag. Gomez, because Hawsey thought he was going to get there but couldn't quite get to the ball before Bates did. Just a unique little put out there.
Brings up Kevin Maluski. Third time at the plate, walked in the second inning before grounding out to John Embry for the first out of the fourth. First pitch ball to the righty. .1-0 swung on and missed. One pitch outside. 2-1. Gomez approaching 20 pitches through an inning and a third. Counts even at 2.
And Hyannis has some hot hitters coming up in the sixth. Lodis coming off a homer. Olivo's been swinging a hot bat. So has Ortega. So it's paramount they get a 0 in this half inning.
Fouled off to the backstop. Should be noted that the Dean College ad has been fixed. Not exactly sure who or when.
I think after the inning where it was knocked off, one of our interns ran out there and clipped it back up.
2-2 swung on and missed. First strikeout of the appearance for Cohen Gomez and a second out in the inning.
And he dropped the hook on Maluski there. Beautiful pitch. And since giving up the leadoff double to Smolinski in the 5th, Gomez has retired 5 straight.
Hasn't got into walk trouble yet. There's Ryan Garrity up to the plate, the number 9 hitter for the Mariners. Sacrifice fly in the 4th. Bit of a shallow fly ball out to Henry Zener, but doesn't matter too much with Charlie Bussey on 3rd. One-0 delivery, popped up, hitting up and over the backstop, out of play. Makes it a 1-1 count. 2 away here in the top of the 6th. Harbor Hawks looking for their first 0 since the 3rd inning, as Gomez pumps home another strike. 1-2. Gomez ready. The 1-2 pitch. Bounced in away from Ortega. Looks like it caught a piece of Mike Hinojosa behind the plate as well, as he'll walk it off himself to pick up the loose ball. Two count, 2 away, nobody on. Garrity in the left-handed batter's box as Gomez fires home. It's a foul ball to the backstop once again. Harbor Hawks out hitting Harwich 8-5. Trailing by 3. The 2-2 pitch. Line down the right field line, will hook foul.
One thing Harwich does is they make the most of their hits by just moving guys up and manufacturing runs. Yesterday against Wareham, they were out hit 10-5, but they still won the game 6-3. Doesn't really matter for them if they get out hit.
2-2 upstairs and the count full, 3-2.
And Larson waits on deck for Harwich. A home run and a single today to go with a walk. You don't want to see him up with a guy on. Gomez needs a competitive pitch right now against Ryan Garrity.
Here's the full count pitch. Popped up. Could be heading towards no man's land down the left field line. Taking charge, Lodice has it for the final out here in the top of the 6th. The Harbor Hawks put up a 0 as we head to the bottom half, but first we'll head over to Ethan Wax on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I had the opportunity to speak with two-way star out of Iowa, Kyle Olivo, pregame, and he told me how grateful he felt playing with this group of guys and the opportunity to go out there and win every single day. He instills confidence in the group, and that's exactly what this team needs, is to be consistent, be confident, and understand that each day is an opportunity to grow. Now let's talk about this Harwich bunch, who leads the Cape in steals with 41 steals. The second place team, Bourne, only has 27, which goes to show you they can manufacture runs and produce at a high level. So I ask you guys, how can Hyannis, we saw especially in that 4th inning, the 4-run outburst by Harwich, how can we limit the free passes? Because it seems like that was a main factor in that run by Harwich. And what can these bats do so it's a more consistent approach with all 3 levels? Back to you guys.
Welcome back to the broadcast booth. It's definitely been the free passes that have hurt the Harbor Hawks here today, along with some wild pitches and pass balls. Nice little Dutch angle there from our producers on the sideline, getting that sideline hit. Little tilt there, keep you on your toes. Like the backdrop of the broadcast booth.
It was nice. I think we should probably go to that camera angle more often.
First pitch swung on and missed for Jordan Lodice as we start off the bottom of the sixth. Swing and a miss again from Lodice.
Walks do have to be earned to some extent, and Harwich has earned them a lot this year.
And Lodice takes a hack at it and watches it fly into the trees. Jordan Lodice gets a hold of another one a long way. Everyone knew it this time. There was no Ryan Garrity trying to rob it at all.
Hyannis just continuing the onslaught of solo home runs. They now have 10 home runs on the season, and 8 of them have been solo shots, but they do draw 1 run closer to Harwich.
Now Kyle Olivo up to the plate, looking to keep it going. He'll foul off the first pitch he sees.
Second leadoff home run of the day. JP had one in the second inning.
His average has dropped to .833 after being retired for the first time as a batter. Behind 0-2 here. The 0-2 take on the outside part of the plate. 1-2. The Harbor Hawks have had some sticks on the board here for the past now 3 innings. 4, 5, and 6 with a run across. Could use multiple here in inning 6 as Taft thought he had the strikeout. The bat continues for Olivo. Two spiked home. Counts full.
And after being down 5-1 in this contest, if Olivo gets on, the tying run will come up.
Full count pitch. Inside, it's ball 4, and Olivo works a good walk here.
I think yesterday's game was really good for the confidence of Hyannis to know that they can come back in games, because before yesterday, they did not have any wins when the other team scored first. And then they come with 4 runs in the 9th inning. They know they can come back. They know the game isn't over if they get down. And down 5-1 in this one, they've made things really interesting here in the 6th.
The full infield has come together here on the mound for Harwich. Here with the pitching coach, as the walk issued being the first walk of the day for the Hyannis offense.
There's a lefty, warming up in the Harwich pen. I believe it's number 8, Adam Arthur.
So have a bit of a sidewinder release. Seen a solid amount of different release points from pitchers on the Cape. Runner on first and Olivo. Overshift to the left side of the infield, and Olivo dives back in safely at first base.
And the guy that comes to mind when you think of weird arm angles was Vandermeed over there on Katuat. I mean, he was pitching a couple feet off the ground with the submarine release.
Bunt shown and dropped down. Ortega gets it down, moves the runner, and nearly beats it out down the first baseline. It's a sacrifice as Olivo works his way to second base.
It was a good bunt. You don't see too many catchers that lay down bunts, but it was a good one down the third base line. Moves Olivo to second. We got Barrett up now, who singled in the third. Won't take much to score Olivo from second. Despite being a pitcher, he has good speed.
Liam Barrett in, the infield back to normal depth here. Third baseman Peltier playing on the grass. There's a strike across. A 1 pitch upstairs. Count goes 1-1. One count, one away here in the bottom of the 6th. A 2-run game, the tying run here at the plate. Pitch misses. Barrett ahead 2-1. To 1 upstairs. 3-1 here. The leash on Taft might be getting a bit short. Past 30 pitches. The Harbor Hawks have been clawing back into this game little by little. And it's a 5-pitch walk to Liam Barrett. Second walk of the inning. Now runners on first and second as the lineup flips over.
And I think with the lineup flipping to the top, Taft might only be seeing a couple more. Oh, manager's out of the dugout. Looks like it's the end of his day. I was thinking something like that could happen with, top of the order coming up. Go ahead, run at the plate now with Zener. Harwich wants a new arm.
Taft faced Zener last inning. Won't face him again, as it could be a big inning for the Harbor Hawks, and it should be a big spot for the new Harwich reliever coming into the game. We'll tell you about him when we return here on Cape League TV.
Heading to Nantucket this summer? Skip the traffic and take to the skies with Cape Air. With convenient flights from Norwood to Nantucket, you can start your vacation sooner without the hassle of traffic. That way you spend more time relaxing and less time getting there. Experience the Cape Air difference and book your next flight today at capeair.com. Let Cape Air be your wings in the Northeast.
At Cape Cod Healthcare, we're committed to excellence and compassion in everything we do, like helping people maintain their active lifestyles. Our innovative orthopedic program combines advanced techniques and leading-edge technology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love, in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
New pitcher Adam Arthur, the lefty from Kansas State, 6'4". We were talking about his arm slot when he was warming up in the bullpen. Bit crouched down and then, oh my goodness, whipping action to the plate. Stepping in with a 0 ERA through his appearances and a 1.13 whip in 2 2/3 innings of work. Got to look at his rotation here as he really just speeds things up after the leg lift.
And he's got 2 lefties to face coming up, Zener and Bates, with Embry in between them. So far for Harwich, he's thrown in 3 games, and he's thrown in 2 games, 2 2/3, yet to allow a run. He does have a save this year. He's been one of their go-to guys in the back end of the bullpen, just a funky lefty.
Looks a little less funky from the back angle of his windup. There is definitely a little hitch in that windup that can throw things off. Maybe a bit of a puzzle, as Henry Zener will be the first one to try to solve it.
He had the tale of two seasons these last 2 years at Kansas State. 2025, he had an ERA of 2.45. Last year he had, or this past year he had an ERA of 7.39. So one great season and one subpar season.
Pitch misses to start off his day as Zener goes up ahead in the count 1-0. Harbor Hawks haven't been able to scratch across multiple runs in an inning here today. 4 innings, including this current inning where they've put up 1 run in 2 scoreless innings so far.
And they've scored 1 run exactly now in 3 straight frames, but this is the perfect time to put up that crooked number.
Strike called. Count goes to 2-1. You want to talk about the solo shots. It's another solo shot here from Jordan Lodis to add on. Where it's been a solid day for the offense. 9 hits. Just haven't strung them together in the right spots just yet.
Yeah, they've really picked up the bats. Hyannis has as of late. They were really struggling at the plate coming into yesterday's game against Orleans. They had a string of 6 straight games, so they didn't score more than 4 runs, but they figured it out, at least so far.
The 2-2 from Arthur. Swung on and missed. Zener swings through it for the second out here in the 6th.
And that's just a lethal pitch there from Arthur, dropping down on Zener. And it's just tough with that sidearm whipping motion. It's going to be up to Embry, and like we said in his last at-bat, he's struggled against the lefties on the Cape.
Go ahead run at the plate with 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch. Shortstop gloves it. Smolinski on a spin, thrown across the diamond, and a major collision at first base. 1 run across here for Hyannis. And Sean Riley will hold up the second runner at third. Embry and O'Leary came together there in a major collision.
I believe the ball got out of play, which is why Embry's moving up to second. But it was a great play up the middle by Smolinski. I was surprised he even got a glove on that one, and then the throw to first just a little bit towards the runner, and Embry with nowhere to go just runs over O'Leary at first.
You put it.
And depending how they rule that, it could be a costly error for the Mariners. And now the pressure's on Bates to potentially give Hyannis the lead.
Second and third for Hyannis and Charlie Bates at the plate. Luckily, you have 2 solid bodies between O'Leary and John Embry colliding. Both of them not too worse for the wear. Neither coming out of this game at all. Not even much of a break as this one gets away from Maluski, jogging home the tying run.
And this inning looks like the 4th inning for Hyannis when they gave up 4 runs to Harwich. Just a bunch of wild pitches and air, a funky play here or there. It all evens out in the end. We're tied at 6.
Back to a ball game here at McKeon Park. The Harbor Hawks come back down 4 today to even the score. Now next pitch, Charlie Bates grounded softly, running hard down the first baseline as he's called out at first on a bang-bang play. Kirkland gets it over in time to end the inning, but the Harbor Hawks put up 4 to tie it up. A fresh new ball game here on Cape League TV.
Heading to Nantucket this summer? Skip the traffic and take to the skies with Cape Air. With convenient flights from Norwood to Nantucket, you can start your vacation sooner without the hassle of traffic. That way you spend more time relaxing and less time getting there. Experience the Cape Air difference and book your next flight today at capeair.com. Let Cape Air be your wings in the Northeast.
At Cape Cod Healthcare, we're committed to excellence and compassion in everything we do, like helping people maintain their active lifestyles. Our innovative orthopedic program combines advanced techniques and leading-edge technology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love, in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
Top of the 7th inning, brought to you by Milton Cat. Proud to power the Cape all summer long. Well, as my partner Chaz mentioned just moments ago, we've got a ball game on ourselves, folks. Hyannis scores 3 in the bottom of the 6th inning, and we start over. Tied at 6, emerging the later half. And Hyannis, again yesterday in Orleans, got its first comeback win of the 2026 campaign. 4 runs in the top of the 9th inning. Tonight, it's been a little bit more just chipping away and slowly clawing back at what was a Harwich lead.
Harbor Hawks are happy to see a tied game here. It feels like the offense deserves it.
Hyannis had just 1 hit on the day yesterday with runners in scoring position, although it was a big one in the 9th inning for Will Fosberg. Tonight, they got bigger fish to fry, literally, the Harwich Mariners. Harwich second in the East with a 6-3 record in what has been a much more competitive Eastern Division through the first 10 games. First pitch on the way. It's the top of the order, Colin Larson. For the 4th time tonight, he's picked up a pair of RBIs on a solo shot and an RBI single. Harwich came into this game among the leaders in the Cape League in average. Hyannis kind of towards the back half of the pack. And the Mariners showing some prowess early. Of course, this game started with a bang with the home run from Larson at the plate. But then the Hyannis pitching staff did a nice job settling in for the rest of the early half of the game. But once they turned it over to Van Furling, that's when it got a little bit messy.
Cohen Gomez has done a good job to settle things down.
Slide foul off to the left and out of play. I mean, Hyannis as a offense has largely struggled in close situations late in games. As there's a pitch hooked on the ground off the glove of Hossie into right field. A base hit for Larson, who's thinking too potentially. Now he'll throw the brakes on. It's a good thing he did. He would have been very out at second base, but a leadoff knock for Colin Larson, his 3rd hit of the day.
Sharp contact, and Hossie did what he could. Got a piece of it. Would have been a tough play, even if he did glove it.
In late and close games, the Harbor Hawks, a 111 average as a team, 391 OPS. That's 9th in the Cape League. The best team? Your Harwich Mariners on the screen right now. So this is when Harwich thrives, and this is where Hyannis needs to lock it down, knowing the type of scouting report these guys get. And, of course, getting a leadoff single, there's always a threat to steal bases. Harwich coming in with 39 swipes on the season. By far, as we see a pitch out here, a back pick to first, not in time. Efren Ortega narrowly caught Colin Larson sleeping. And you don't often see pitch outs like that, but now you get it. Clearly part of the scouting report.
We know how much speed Harwich has and how willing they are to use it. And it's doing what they can to quell it.
Big swing from Peltier. 0 for 3 out of the 2nd spot of the order. Only 4 strikeouts on the day for Hyannis pitching. Harbor Hawks did not strike out a lot against Orleans last night either. But as we've learned, it's all about quick outs and soft contact. On the ground, up the middle, the shortstop Lodis, Fields, bobbles, and Peltier reaches.
The Harbor Hawks infield has been tested quickly in the top of the 7th. This time Lodis was going to have to work hard to get the throw off, and there could have been some thought in the mind of maybe having a play at second. Nobody out, 2 on.
Classic case, getting ahead of yourself. Didn't go ball first, and just like that, the Mariners with a big rally brewing here in the visiting half of the 7th. It's Larson on second and Peltier on first. They ruled an infield hit for Peltier, so back-to-back singles to start the frame. And Smolinski comes up to the plate, doubled and scored a run back in the 5th inning. In the air, off to the left and out of play. Harwich 2 for 6 with runners in scoring position tonight. Hyannis 2 for 8. In the air to right field. Zener backs up. Larson looks to tag. The catch is made. The throw to third. Gets away. It was right on the money, but it just could not get gloved down cleanly as Embry applied the tag down on Larson, who looks to be a bit shaken up, and Hyannis tries to appeal. That will allow Larson to score. The throw got away.
Larson didn't look ready to run home after the tag was applied by Embry, and the ball got away there. The Harbor Hawks hand it over before the play can even be finished.
I mean, it was a really good throw from right field from Zener, which is kind of one of those in-between humps that was hard for Embry to handle. But then Hyannis tries to appeal, saying that he left early. So it's an E1 on Cohen Gomez that allows the run to score.
This has been a bit of an oddities game.
Costly air, and where there's no room for that. Jackson Hotchkiss at the plate. And downstairs for ball 1. I mean, a play like that just shows the value of putting it in play. Harwich has only struck out 5 times tonight, and what it does is it just puts pressure on a pitching staff. And even on routine plays, it's much more of a threat to put it in play than to go down on strikes. Another one down in the dirt. This will briefly get away, and a wild pitch on Cohen Gomez allows another 90 feet for J.P. Peltier.
The Harbor Hawks bullpen can't ask for too much more from their offense. This game back tied entering the inning, and immediately Hyannis playing catch up once again.
That's the 3rd wild pitch of the game for Cohen Gomez as the Harbor Hawks bring the infield in. Hyannis yesterday started what is going to be 8 games in 8 days. Here's the 2-0. And you got to figure Mitch Carricker is going to have to stretch out his relievers to some degree, maybe a little bit more than he usually would, considering the upcoming schedule. Today is a league-wide off day that Hyannis and Harwich cannot participate in because the field was not ready on Tuesday. Off the end of the bat, and it gets by Haase. The infield had it played perfectly in, but Haase just couldn't glove it.
Plenty of balls on the infield this inning, and I think the Harbor Hawks might get away with another one that's not going to be ruled an error. Lodis was a fair chance to get ruled an error. It would have been a tough play. It was ruled an infield single, and I think we might see an RBI single here as well. They should be out of this inning.
The Mariners have scored 8 runs in this game, but they've only had 3 RBIs at the plate. 2 for Colin Larson and 1 for Ryan Garrity. The rest has come off free passes. High fly ball right field, struck well. Zener going back onto the warning track at the wall. He leaps, makes the catch for out number 2.
Bit of a scare there to right field, and Zener good to run it down. That one's ruled an error by Trey Hawsey the play before to put Hotchkiss on base. Bit surprised after what we've seen. Never really got over on it, but it was definitely a fieldable ball that Hawsey should have had.
Charlie Bussey up to the plate. He's only registered 1 at bat today, but he swiped a couple bases, scored a run. Now 3 errors on the day for Hyannis, and you can argue that they could have more if the scores went differently. There's a strike. Bussey getting the DH duties today, and he chops one on the ground to the deep shortstop. Lodis goes the short way, and they're going to say that Charlie Bates was not on the bag. The throw pulled him off the base, and more miscues for Hyannis. Granted, it was a difficult play regardless, but Harwich continues to put the ball in play and stay alive.
Another one for Harwich where we'll see how it's scored. It was another tough play. You either go to first base with Bussey, who can really field it, or really run down the baseline, excuse me, or try the short way.
O'Leary takes a first pitch strike. Grounded out into a rare 4-1 put out back in the 6th inning with the pitcher Cohen Gomez covering. Gomez getting stretched out in long relief. 52 pitches deep. In the air foul off to the left and out of play. Hotchkiss on second, Bussey on first here in the Harwich half of the 7th inning. Couple runs already home. And a foul ball third base way. Drake Meeks is warming in the bullpen for Hyannis as the pitch count continues to rise for Gomez. Should Meeks come in, that'll be his 3rd appearance of the summer. The Harbor Hawks are concerned with Sean Leary at the moment, who taps one slowly over the mound. It's charged by Bates. It's Lodis instead. He goes to first and makes the out to end the inning, but Harwich grabs 2 more. 8-6 Mariners heading to the bottom of the 7th on Cape League TV.
From Boston to the Cape, leave the stress behind and travel in luxury, comfort, and style. Sit back, relax, and take in the views Cape Cod has to offer. Every detail handled from pickup to destination. Tired of the drive to the city? Leave the driving to us. Scan now and start planning your next getaway. Bella Luxury Transportation. Leave the driving to us.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
It's never too early to scoreboard watch here on the Cape. Let's take a look at the standings on the early Cape Cod Baseball League summer. And boy, YD is an impressive baseball team, leading the East with 18 points. These Mariners, who don't look so bad themselves, in second place by 6 points. You got Brewster, Chatham, and Orleans. And in the West, Currently, Falmouth and Bourne tied for the top spot, 4-3-3, 5-4-1. Hyannis just moments behind, 4-5, and it's Cotuit and Wareham, the bottom feeders of the Western Division, which is a lot more competitive so far.
Well, it's a bit scary thinking about having to face that YD team on back-to-back nights coming up July 3rd and July 4th. That could be a bit of a momentum or even season wrecker where things are going smooth until you run into Yarmouth Dennis, who has not been an easy opponent to say the least.
First pitch to Head is outside for ball one. It's still Arthur on the mound for Harwich. Now 3 of his 4 hits on the Cape for Head have left the yard. Had played a lot early in the season, but then kind of was in and out of the lineup through the maybe games 3 through 6. And he's got nothing but air on that swing. But then lately, he's been in there a lot more, and just getting more consistent playing time has been kind of conducive to some more consistent results, and he's looked really strong. Tapped in the air right side, but foul. This game saw runs in the 4th and 5th innings for both teams. 4 for the Mariners in the top of the 4th, 1 for Hyannis in the bottom. Then both teams scored 1 in the 5th. But then the Harbor Hawks kind of stole the momentum of the game in the last of the 6th inning. And then we just saw kind of a disastrous 7th that saw 2 runs come across on 2 hits, but it was 2 errors that ended up being really costly. Now we stand at an 8-6 game as Head, down on strikes, goes down swinging for out number 1.
Arthur's been able to pick up the strikeouts here, his second of his appearance, and delivering it past JP Head to start off the bottom of the 7th.
Trey Haase looking to make amends for that error that allowed a run to score in the top half of this inning. Yesterday, he only got 1 at-bat in Orleans. He pinch hit for Efren Ortega in the 8th, but went 0 for 1, so he lost a 4-game on-base streak as he checked his swing on a ball downstairs. They appealed to J.C. Fernandez, who said he did not go. Also cut his hair this morning. Last night he had the full flow, not anymore. Called strike from Mike Iniosa.
Taking a lefty-lefty matchup, just adding the element of this arm slot makes it that much harder.
Jordan Lodis waits on deck. He's homered twice in this game. 3-1 inside, and a walk for Hyannis gives them a 1-out base runner, and just like that, the tying run comes to the plate, and the white-hot Lodis digs in.
Couldn't ask for a hotter bat. And maybe, if you could ask for Kyle Olivo, who's now on deck. But Jordan Lodis is average above 200 thanks to the pair of home runs he's hit today.
Came in with just a 158 clip. It's now 4 extra base hits in his last 4 games. He came in with 2 games, each with a double. Then another double, and then now 2 homers today. Trey Haase does not have blazing speed over there at first base. He did not steal a single base for Louisiana Tech in 58 games this past spring. Lodis, on the other hand, can run. Takes downstairs. in their first strike. And you got to figure this part of the order is arguably the hottest part of the order for Hyannis. Lodis, Olivo, and Ortega. And Ortega's got hits in 3 straight. They've been getting it done. Looking for that big hit with runners on as he flies one into shallow foul territory. Colin Larson slides and can't make the catch. Had a beat on it, but not able to hold on, and Hyannis. Lodis has another life.
It was a good effort from Larson. Might have caught a piece of it while sliding. Another chance for Lodis.
Hyannis 9th in the Cape League with a 191 average with runners on base. Harwich 2nd at 264. These teams have played very inverse seasons statistically speaking. Lined in the left field, a base hit. Hawsey stops at second. They play station to station, and Hyannis puts the tying run 2 left turns away at first base in Lodis, and a go-ahead run at the plate in Olivo.
Well, Kyle Olivo hasn't recorded a hit today as Mitch Carricker out from the dugout.
Maybe looks like Caden Miller is going to be pinch running for Trey Hawsey. Miller presumably will stay in this game at first base. So electing to go with some speed.
Caden Miller participated in the Centerville Pie eating contest earlier today. Now on base as the lead runner with the go-ahead run at the plate. Tying run on first base in Lodis.
1 stolen base on the season for Miller. Lodis swiped his first of the summer last night in Orleans. 2 on, 1 away. Hyannis down a pair in the last of the 7th. First pitch on the way for Olivo. He gets a big swing and a miss. Kyle Olivo's just been insane for Hyannis. Another hit today. He's gone 8 scoreless innings as a pitcher. And he hooks this one on the ground to third. It's fielded by Peltier. Goes to second for 1. On to first for 2. 5-4-3 they go, and Harwich is out of the jam. 8-6 Mariners heading to the 8th on Cape League TV.
Life can be full of surprises, but Eastern Propane and Oil is always just a call away. With a local team member available 24/7, we're always ready to support you when you need it. With an Eastern Propane and Oil technician on the way, your family's comfort is our priority. Our local team, over 500 strong, ensures your home is comfortable and warm. Eastern Propane and Oil, a local team with 24/7 service and delivery, ensuring comfort when you need it most.
Wherever you need to go, arrive in comfort, style, and complete peace of mind. From seamless rides to and from Logan Airport, to the energy of the big game in the city, to unforgettable weddings, proms, and nights out with friends, Bella Luxury Transportation is there every step of the way. No stress, no driving. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the experience. Bella Luxury Transportation, leave the driving to us.
Mariners lead the Harbor Hawks 8-6 here on Cape League TV. Now in the top of the 8th inning, we got a new arm on the mound. It's Drake Meeks giving way after Cohen Gomez goes quite a while in long relief. But Meeks making his 3rd appearance of the Cape League summer. A very high ERA through 2 outings. And it was really just the first one that struggled. It was second relief against Bourne. Gave up 3 runs, only 2 earned in those 2 innings, and then a couple runs in 1 inning of relief on the 21st against Chatham. So looking to get his footing, the returning Harbor Hawk from 2024.
The returning Harbor Hawk, and 3 innings for Cohen Gomez. Now Drake Meeks taking over. Pitched 2 innings in his first outing, 1 inning in his second. Caden Miller did stay in the game to take over at first base for Trey Hawsey.
Caden Miller has taken over at first base for Trey Hawsey. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Harbor Hawks. And remember, 7 games in the next 7 days. YD tomorrow, the Beast of the East. Chatham on Saturday, Orleans on Sunday, Falmouth on Monday, and Kentuit on Tuesday. And what do you notice? That's a huge homestand to end out the month of June.
Not too bad for the Harbor Hawks, who will have to look to get their home record a little bit improved. Currently 1-3. The pitching staff's ERA at home has been a bit daunting compared to the road.
7.68 at home compared to a 2.66 mark on the road. First pitch on the way. Maluski swings and misses.
Finish off the line on Cohen Gomez. 3 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, just 1 earned run, no walks, and 1 strikeout.
There's a strike.
That 1 strikeout for Gomez came in the 6th inning against Maluski here at the plate.
Looking for his first hit of the evening. 1-0-2, he lines it foul off to the right and out of play. We'll do it again. Drake Meeks, another classic example of high strikeouts, but the struggle with command. Only pitched 5 2/3 innings this past spring at Southern Miss, coming back from an injury. But in that sample, 5 walks. He spikes one to the backstop. And just to conceptualize kind of the time he spent on the shelf, he did not pitch between February 28th and March 24th. That's 24 days. And then April 25th and May 23rd. That's 29 days. So he's really getting consistent time here on the Cape, and he's got a K in his first batter.
Just powers it past Maluski, who's gone down swinging for the past 2 at-bats. A solid start for Drake Meeks.
So that'll bring up Ryan Garrity, who's 0 for 2. Did pick up an RBI back in the 4th inning on a sacrifice fly to right field. Just 1 of 3 runs batted in on the day for Harwich. All their other runs have come off free passes. Swings and rips it to left. Over goes JP Head for out number 2.
Should be a line out. Some hard contact over to JP Head. Sometimes you got to work for those lineouts.
Hyannis has only thrown 1 1-2-3 inning in this game. It was in the 6th. Cohen Gomez retired 7-8-9 in order. This is 8-9-1 in the top of the order. Colin Larson again. 3-4-3 in this game. Four wild pitches as a pitching staff for Hyannis. Combine that with 3 errors, hit by pitches and some walks. It's honestly encouraging that the game is this close.
It's a good sign for the offense to be able to fight, make this a ball game, but the bullpen still gave them some more work to do.
Meeks looks for a clean 1-2-3. Fires down low. That fastball gets up there in the mid-90s. I mentioned he's a returning Harbor Hawk, not from last season. 2024, 9 1/3 innings across 6 games, only 1 start. The ERA flirting with 9, so he struggled. It was largely due to the hits and the walks. Does not get the call from Hinojosa behind the plate. And a 3-ball count to Colin Larson.
That was a 2024 Harbor Hawks team that finished 24-14-2 as the top seed in the West for the first time since 2015.
What was their home record that year? I remember it was pretty remarkable, as Larson's going to be 4 for 4 on the day. He drops it in the left field for a base hit. (16-3) at home for the Harbor Hawks in 2024.
Already 3 losses for the Harbor Hawks here at home in 2026.
Here's J.P. Peltier for the 5th time, and a sort of a swing for strike 1.
Those are really the swing results you like to see on the mound. Your stuff's working. You have Peltier off balance.
In the air to right field, Zener coming in, makes the catch on the sinking liner for the final out of the inning. It's getting late. 8-6 Mariners headed to the bottom of the 8th on Cape League TV.
At Cape Cod Healthcare, we're committed to excellence and compassion in everything we do, like helping people maintain their active lifestyles. Our innovative orthopedic program combines advanced techniques and leading-edge technology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love, in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
A stay with Del Mar Vacations is more than a getaway. It's a refined Cape Cod experience. From beautifully maintained homes and elevated amenities to personalized service at every step, we deliver a level of care that sets us apart. Our dedicated local team ensures every detail is thoughtfully handled, allowing you to relax and enjoy your time on the Cape. With luxury homes in Barnstable and more than 400 properties across Cape Cod, Del Mar makes finding your perfect retreat effortless.
Bottom of the 8th inning from McKeon. Harwich on top of Hyannis, 8-6. New pitcher on the mound, it's Miguel Hughes. Giving way after Arthur is done. Final line on Arthur on the day for the Mariners. An inning and 2/3 on 2 hits, no runs, a walk and 2 strikeouts. This has been a Mariners bullpen that's kept it largely clean as they give way to presumably the closing role, a rising junior out of Mercer.
Out of Mercer, previously from Chipola. A strong JUCO in college athletics. He's a 6.17 ERA in 16 appearances and 15 starts for Mercer in 2026.
Going to face the bottom of the order. 8-9-1 due up for Hyannis. Ortega, Barrett, and then top Zener. If anybody gets on, John Embry will have a chance. The Harbor Hawks have kind of played similar offensive games to the Mariners. The only difference is that the Mariners have kept it a lot cleaner in terms of free passes, and that's really been the difference in this game. A 2-run advantage for Harwich headed to the bottom of the 8th.
Harbor Hawks were held scoreless for the first time in 3 innings in the 7th inning, but they had the Ducks on the pond. Olivo even hit the ball hard in that double play turn to put a close to the bottom of the 7th. But the Hawks have been swinging the ball well.
Ortega singled back in the 4th inning. He's now recorded a hit in 3 straight. The UCI Anteater at the plate. Strike 1 from Hughes. Before Mercer, he was at Chipola Community College. And this is only his 2nd appearance on the Cape this summer, as he has Ortega well off balance. He went a scoreless inning against Catuit 9 days ago, June 16th. A walk and 2 strikeouts. Immigrated to the U.S. in January of 2021. The 0-2 upstairs. made an impact immediately as a talented two-way player, and he eventually committed to Alabama, an SEC powerhouse. Gained some Major League Baseball draft buzz, but went to college, and now here on the Cape, his account runs even.
This is the part of the order that the Harbor Hawks hope to have come through. Get some production down here and turn it over up top.
Hughes will turn 22 in about a month on July 28th. As Ortega gets out of the way. I mean, for Hyannis, you just need a base runner. Doesn't matter if it's not pretty. Put the tying run at the plate. Good things could happen. 3-2 on the ground, back up the middle. Played perfectly for Cade Kurland. And out number one.
Good pick from O'Leary on the bouncing throw. And Barrett now with a chance against a righty.
Barrett played in the same conference as Ortega, both members of the Big West. Ortega out of UCI and Barrett a gaucho from UCSB. 36 games this past spring and outside for ball one. There's always an adjustment period for the Cape, but I think what's most impressive is that, I mean, a guy like Barrett, he arrives yesterday. He's immediately got to gel with the teammates here, really get plugged in, and play baseball at his highest level despite not knowing a lot of these guys.
Best way to make some friends on the team is to produce out here, and he's been able to reach base twice today. Single and a walk.
Wild swing at the 2-0. Looked like Hughes pulled the string, and Barrett had his mind on the fence in right field. In the air to left. Hotchkiss backing up now over a couple steps. Has out number two.
Two quick outs for the Harbor Hawks, and you'd like to, with how the offense has been going, get a little bit deeper into this order. Give guys like Jordan Lodis and Kyle Olivo a chance to bat in the ninth.
Top of the order, Zener. Fifth time tonight. Oh for 4 out of the top spot of the order for Mitch Carricker. And now 0 for his last 7. Did not record a hit last night in Orleans. I mean, we talked about it a little bit earlier, but Zener, a product of experimentation in the sense of Mitch Carricker kind of moving around the lineup early to see where guys fit in well, where guys don't. We've seen Zener bat 7th, leadoff, 1st, and 5th. Another thing that's interesting about the Cape League is sometimes when guys get comfortable in a spot, that's when the roster turnover and roster exits begin. I mean, last season was as good of an example as they get for Hyannis. Best record on the Cape in June. The worst record in July, and that was kind of the result of two completely different baseball teams. And especially those late Cape League summer ads kind of slotted in as the everyday players, having only played maybe 8 games before the playoffs started. 2-2 is down.
We've seen less turnover from the Harbor Hawks early in the year so far. Starts to pick up very shortly. We've seen it with some other teams who have been outpacing the Hawks in releases.
Right around the MLB draft is when it's kind of at its height, I would say. There is your tying run coming up to the plate, and it's a good one in John Embry. A 2-out walk for Zener, and Hyannis has a little bit of life here in the bottom of the 8th.
talked about John Embry and Trey Hawsey in similar light, looking for that first long ball. Could be Embry's turn here.
Popped 17 homers in 52 games for Florida Gulf Coast this past spring. A knock back in the 5th inning. Broke up an 0 for 7 as he lines it to left. That's in for a base hit. Zener around second on his way for third. Hotchkiss gets it into second. Runners at the corners and 2 outs, and Charlie Bates coming up.
Well, John Embry seems to be back swinging it. 3 for his last 3 after breaking up that 0 for stretch. All singles. Well, that's all you need to keep the inning going and pass the baton.
Well, you talked about having a little bit less turnover and difference early. Charlie Bates has definitely noticed it. The lone returner on offense for Hyannis in the 2026 season. A big swing at strike 1. I mean, the other day he told me that he's super excited to be back on the Cape and that he feels way more comfortable in his shoes this summer. Charlie said that last summer was kind of difficult to gel with all the roster changes and that this year's group already feels a lot closer. And you figure that's got to make a difference. And I think just seeing the reaction to that 9th inning comeback last night in Orleans, you could really tell how much these guys are pulling for each other. Zener on third, Embry on first. As Bates jumps ahead. Bates 6th in the Cape League. 6th in the Cape League with an OPS of 1.042. He's reached safely in all 7 games played. He can make that 8 after a pair of knocks today. Fouled right back to the screen. And you could see Charlie's reaction to that one, Chaz. He wants that pitch back.
He's on it. 2 outs here and now defending with 2 strikes.
You just stole it from the catcher. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna be.
On the ground to shortstop. Smolinski gobbles and has out number 3. If Hyannis wins this game, it will have to be a walk-off. 8-6 Harwich leads heading to the 9th on Cape League TV.
Reader's Hardwood Supply is a candy store for wood, whether you're a professional or an amateur. Reader's Hardwood Supply carries over 70 species of both domestic and imported lumber from around the world, displayed in over 300 self-serve bins for your selection. So for your next project, make it your masterpiece with stock from Reader's Hardwood Supply. The woods of the world are here at Reader's Hardwood Supply.
When it comes to Chevy, there's only one name you need to know.
Hi, I'm Todd Copeland, and this is Copeland Chevrolet Hyannis. We stock more Chevys than anyone on Cape Cod.
And if you need the best price,
just check this out.
Copeland Chevrolet has over 200 new Chevys in stock, and they're all on sale today with huge discounts or new lower lease payments. Don't wait.
For the Chevy you want and the savings you need,
you can count on Copeland Chevrolet Hyannis. CopelandChevroletHyannis.com.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Well, folks, we've made it to the top of the 9th inning. The Harwich Mariners lead the Hyannis Harbor Hawks 8-6 here on Cape League TV. Drake Meeks going out for his 2nd inning of relief. He faced 1 above the minimum back in the 8th in his first frame. For Hyannis, it's all about stopping the bleeding, just getting right back in the dugout. But the Harwich Mariners, in late and close games, atop the Cape League standings in stats, in average, OPS, you name it, they're there.
And Drake Meeks trying to hold this where it is, a 2-run deficit where the Hyannis Harbor Hawks have shown they can come back now. They'll have to try it again here.
Heart, meat, and bones of the Harwich order coming up against Meeks. It's Smolinski, Hotchkiss, and Kurland. 3, 4, 5. Charlie Bussey, a chance if anybody gets on base. I mean, Hyannis faced a 2-run deficit in the 9th inning yesterday and came back. But first things first, they're focused on the offense here. This Mariners offense and getting it out. Meeks delivers the first pitch strike, much to the liking of Mike Hinojosa behind the plate. Harwich has only left 6 on base in this game. They're 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Hyannis has left 9, 2 for 10 with RSP. Line to center field. And a leadoff runner for the Mariners here in the visiting half of the 9th inning.
Some solid contact for Smolinski, who had extra bases in the 5th with the double. And the leadoff runner reaching base. We know how Harwich has been on the base paths.
It's the second hit of the day for Smolinski. Hotchkiss doubled and scored a run back in the 4th inning. 12 Hyannis hits, just 9 on the Mariners side. So the Harbor Hawks, despite trailing in this game, out-hitting the Mariners. One of the top offenses in the Cape Cod League. And Meeks jumps ahead to a friendly 0-2 count.
Or that team. Okay, so next half inning.
Looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning, it'll be 4-5-6 due up for Hyannis. JP Head, Caden Miller, and Jordan Lodis, as Drake Meeks has his second strikeout of the day, and it's out number 1 here in the 9th inning. This broadcast is a copyrighted production of the Cape Cod Baseball League, and the unauthorized duplication, retransmission, or other use is strictly prohibited. Harwich leads Hyannis 8-6 here on Cape League TV. 1 out, top of the 9th. And Jackson Hotchkiss up for the 5th time tonight. Hyannis 1 pitch away of getting out of this 9th inning and sending it to the bats. And there's a ground ball through a vacated right side into right field. Smolinski stops 90 feet forward. Station to station, 2 on and 1 away for the Mariners. That's actually Kurland on the hit. It was Hotchkiss who struck out swinging.
Got worried about your perfect book there for a second. I don't know if we still have one.
I couldn't score it for about 4 outs in the middle innings. I had my broadcast partner Quincy Bell take over, and he actually wrote down Van Frohling's name on the wrong side of the book, so it's been unperfect for about, 5 innings. Of course, I'm a nice guy. I didn't say anything, but now that you bring it up, there you go. Chop to the right side. This could be 2. Bates to second for 1. On to first. A spin. Fake. They forced the middleman out. It's Kurland who's going to have to head back to the dugout as Bussey reaches.
And with the way it's been going on the infield, good idea to pocket it once you start spinning around trying to make a smooth play like that, especially with the runner that could come in to score right ahead of you.
Here's Sean O'Leary. Tardy for strike 1.
O'Leary's grounded out the past 2 times he's came up to the plate.
On a 1-1. O'Leary swings and taps it on the ground by the dive of Miller into right field, a base hit. Harwich has insurance here in the top of the 9th inning. The Mariners take a 9-6 lead over the Harbor Hawks.
It sounded like that might be the last time O'Leary uses that bat, but it goes out on an RBI single.
So Smolinski comes around to score the Mariners' 9th run on the day. Kevin Maluski up to the plate. Hyannis looks to stop the bleeding, and they are unable to do so here. A single base hit through the left side, and another run home. 10-6 Harwich here in the top of the ninth.
It's going good for Drake Meeks, but now Harwich has piled up some hard contact and really trying to put this game out of reach against a Hyannis offense that has not gone down quietly.
Well, Hyannis came into this inning out hitting the Mariners 12-9. Now it's tied up at 12 in the hit category. And it's number 9 man Ryan Garrity who pokes one foul off to the left and out of play. Let's not forget, in his last at-bat, Garrity smoked a ball to left field. It was just right at JP head for a line out easily over 100 miles an hour. So he's got to be feeling good in the box. And that was against Drake Meeks. Nobody actively throwing for Hyannis, but now a little bit of light stretching. Garrity takes a ball. O'Leary on second, Maluski on first, and Meeks jumps ahead 1-2. .51 walks against 45 strikeouts this past spring at Northeastern for Garrity. So this is a guy who's got a great feel for the strike zone. 2 on, 2 down, 2 outs in the inning, 2 runs home for the Mariners. And flown foul over our heads. Those Mariner jerseys are always so clean.
They're a bit lighter here on our cameras than I think in real life. They're pretty sea blue compared to like the powder blue you'd expect.
Broken bat to the right side. Caden Miller with the pitcher. Meeks covering. Has out number 3, but Harwich buys insurance. 2 more runs come home here in the top of the ninth. 10-6 Mariners heading to the bottom on Cape League TV.
Your future begins at Dean College.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Why are you in business? Is it to follow a dream? To carry on a legacy? Whatever your reason, at Cape & Coast Bank, we're as dedicated to your business as you are. Our cash management services help your business prevent fraud, manage payments and deposits, operate efficiently, and maximize earnings. To all the local businesses here in our communities, we say, we're here to business. Learn more at capeandcoastbank.com. Cape & Coast Bank, powering local.
Here we go. Bottom of the ninth inning from McKeon Park. The Mariners grabbed insurance in the top half. They lead the Harbor Hawks 10-6 here on Cape League TV. It's the heart of the order. 4-5-6 due up. JP head, Caden Miller will get his first at bat after pinch running for Trey Haase. And Jordan Lodis, who's popped 2 home runs in this game. If anybody gets on the white hot, Kyle Olivo a chance. But the Chaz, this was a game that looked a lot more reachable. But then Harwich doing exactly what they needed. Getting more insurance, went ahead, and we talked about it. They're the top leader in the Cape League in average when leading games.
They're fit for the moment and delivered. Some solid contact piled up and started to get contagious for Harwich there in the top of the ninth. We'll see if there's any contagiousness in the Hyannis batting order here to finish off in the bottom half. The Harbor Hawks have some momentum after the comeback yesterday, and The offense seems to have brought it into today with 12 hits, but the job's not finished.
Hyannis has left at least one runner on base in every single inning since the second. One in the second, two in the third, one in the fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh, and then two in the eighth. 9 on the game for the Harbor Hawks. They left 8 on base yesterday against Orleans. Again, they only had 1 hit against with runners in scoring position against the Firebirds. Granted, it was a big one that ended up pretty much winning them the game. Big hit for Will Fosberg, and then a couple sacrifice flies later, they got the lead. But that is last night's story. Tonight, JP Head takes strike 2. Heads picked up 2 RBIs in this game. He homered in the second inning and then grounded out to third and picked up a ribby in the 5th. Pops one up a mile on the infield. Breaks his bat in frustration, and out number 1 made by Cade Kurland.
Not how JP Head or the Harbor Hawks hope to start the bottom of the 9th.
So Caden Miller gets his first at-bat of the day. He pinch ran for Trey Hawsey back in the 7th inning. Miller was 0 for 3 against Orleans yesterday, although he did reach base. And he's reached safely in his last 3 games. Rising junior out of UT San Antonio. Takes outside for ball 1. I mean, we talked about Hyannis having to navigate an 8-game and 8-day streak. Harwich doing the exact same thing. And especially in an Eastern Division that is so difficult, you can argue, there's a strike, that they have bigger problems than the Harbor Hawks coming up, although Hyannis does have a pretty heavy Eastern schedule to end the month of June. Wow, got a loud piece of one of the poles.
Second time today.
Really? I must have been away from the headset the first time that happened. Two. Outside for ball 3. The count runs full. Hyannis has drawn 3 walks in this game, although the first one came in the 6th inning. Scratch that, 4 walks. Still, Harwich has largely kept it clean. The payoff is flown foul over our heads. We'll do it again with the full count. Strike 3 called. Miller thought he had ball 4, but Mike Quinosa had other plans. 2 quick outs for Hughes.
Not the best lip reader, but looked like a wow from Caden Miller on his way back to the Harbor Hawks dugout. It's now Harwich 1 out away.
Jordan Lodis stands in for Hyannis. The last hope. Takes the strike.
And the Harbor Hawks' best bat today. Right up there alongside Embry, but the 2 long balls.
On the hands there. On an 0-2, Lodis launches to left. Hotchkiss going back, still going, reaches up, can't make the catch. Lodis motoring into second base with a 2-out double.
Some life here. And Jordan Lodis continues to swing it today. And the Harbor Hawks not done yet. Would be nice having the tying run coming to the plate, but that insurance run's paying off here.
How about 11 total bases for Jordan Lodis, the incoming Georgia Tech engineer? Kyle Levo. Hughes flirts with that corner, gets the call from Hiniosa. Olivo is scheduled to start tomorrow on the mound. So far across 2 appearances on the mound, he's gone 8 scoreless innings, and I think it's safe to say he's also a pretty darn good hitter in the box. 1-1.
I wonder how much confidence he gains from things going good at the plate, how it can translate to the mound. They've been going good at the mound as it's been so far.
I mean, you got to figure it must be easier to make the transition after dominating on the mound to the plate because you figure, I got nothing to lose. But now he goes back knowing that there are stakes on both ends. He's just solidified himself as a true two-way star on the Cape. Strikes out this time, and the Harwich Mariners take this game 10-6 here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Hyannis brought it to a 2-run deficit, but the Mariners got insurance and did not look back. 10 runs on 12 hits and an error. Hyannis 6 runs on 13 hits and 3 errors in a game, Chaz, that just wasn't as clean for the Harbor Hawks tonight.
Wasn't a clean game, 3 errors, but some bright spots on the offense that starts with Jordan Lodis, who was left on second base after his 4th hit of the game and another extra base hit to go with his pair of home runs. The Harbor Hawks will have to regroup quickly with Yarmouth Dennis due up tomorrow.
Hyannis 6 games in the next 6 days, and they play the Beast of the East, YD Red Sox, tomorrow night. First pitch at 6 p.m. on Cape League TV. Well, that'll do it for our entire production team here with the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. For James Kluggish, Hope Nolan, Quincy Bell, Charlie Adams, Ethan Wax, and Sam Garini, I'm Max Schwartz.